Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign. This is session 28 of our Barrowmaze complete campaign. This is a campaign where we are playing through the Labyrinth Lord version of Barrowmaze, playing with a heavily house-ruled version of Kevin Crawford's Scarlet Heroes. If you're curious about the house rules, you can find a link to the document that has my house rules in it in the description below. But you don't want to hear about my house rules. What you want to hear about is the stars of tonight's session. Well, I'm happy to provide that introduction for you. Let's see. We'll go the order you guys logged in. First up is Jeffrey.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff, and tonight I'm going to be returning play as Badonk Bent Bucket, our Goblin Acrobat Monk.
Nice.
And for those who care, tonight I will be drinking Highland Park 12-year-old.
Ooh.
Which I will also be drinking tomorrow, probably, even though it's early, because it is Viking Honor for our special Viking game.
Hot diggity damn.
Yeah.
That's right. So Jeff is going to be one of the players in tomorrow's game. If you're listening to this live, tomorrow morning, we're going to be taking out Jeff Talanian's awesome, astonishing swordsmen and sorcerers of Hyperborea for some Viking glory with a charity one-shot. But we also have a returning star back from his long sabbatical, off exploring ancient lands. We have Dave.
Hey, folks. I will be playing Skurg the Smith, who is the party's resident half-orc alchemist and all-around ne'er-do-well.
Outstanding. All right, so let's do the camera shuffle, and then we will jump into character and start seeing if we can kill some PCs.
What?
I mean, have some really good times on Friday night with friends. That's what I said, wasn't it? I may have stuttered.
Yeah. It sounded different on this end.
I think your mic might be fucked up. All right. Speaking of fucked up, let me get Barrowmaze refreshed here. All right. So I think what we'll do is you guys are both familiar with the town of Helix. So I think what we'll do is, first we'll wait for Dave to get into Roll20.
Yeah,
so Dave, are you drinking anything interesting tonight?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, you might find it interesting. It is Big Wave Golden Ale. It is from the Big Island.
Oh, cool. Once again, I'm being the loser of the group, drinking a combination of coffee, water, and licorice tea. Not all together at once, but
no, we wouldn't want to get too adventurous with having the things touch themselves.
Well, speaking of funny, so tonight on Friday nights, there's a pizza place right near us that has just fucking awesome pizza, like really that like tons of toppings on it and thick homemade kind of crust. My son and I always go there often go there on Fridays. So I got I ordered the pizza. I had my part of it, and then we get a Caesar salad with it. And they forgot to put the Caesar salad dressing in. So I was like, well, what do I have in the fridge that's white? So I just sprayed mayonnaise all over it and shook it up.
Oh, man.
It turns out, you know what? It tasted like everything else was in there, like the Parmesan cheese and like the whatever else and the croutons and shit. The only thing that wasn't there was the like garlic flavored paste that makes, that passes for a Caesar dressing.
Right.
So I had it. And I'm like, no, it tastes fine. I won't tell. I set his aside. He wasn't home yet. I was like, well, I'll warn him if it tastes terrible. But it tasted fine, so I completely forgot about it. And sure enough, when Jaden gets home, he's eating his thing. He's like, the salad tastes really creamy tonight. I start killing myself. Funny story behind that. Yeah, so it turns out you can, as long as you got everything else in there, you can substitute like squeeze, bottle mayonnaise for salad dressing.
Ta-da!
Oh my goodness. You want to hear one more weird story? This is a food related thing. So when I was, and then we'll get into the actual games. I don't think you guys have actually heard this one. So when I was in law school, we had the thing where you go around to the different firms and they put on these spreads, and then you try and meet connections and whatnot and find out what place you want to hopefully work. So the place that I actually ended up articling at, I was at their reception, and I drank like everything, me and my buddies from law school, we were all, 3 sheets to the wind. And it's the end of the night and everyone's winding down. We're kind of just grabbing shit off the table and stuffing it in our mouths. So I grabbed what I thought was a cheese ball, and I'm like, I pop it in my mouth and I bite down. And then I turn to my friends like, oh, I think I bit an eyeball.
Oh.
No, what it was a cheese wrapped grape.
They doing a horror themed night?
I was so drunk. I thought that it was. Oh my god. Anyway.
Oh, that's gross.
In spite of that buffoonery, they still hired me, or perhaps because of that. But
maybe that really entertained them.
Oh yeah, apparently. All right. So anyway, enough culinary comedy. Let's try and kill some characters. How's that for alliteration?
It was great. I read until that last part again.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh! I hope I can maintain this level of energy. All right, so let's see here. We got to do a little bit of a shuffling here of characters because so your Roan ain't around.
See you later, Roan.
Get him out of the way. See you later, Roan. Wes, for the first time in quite a while, is not here. Vaz is here. Let me see if I've got a Skurg token hiding. I think the last time we saw Skurg was the Flying City.
True, but I think the last map that he was on was actually this one.
Oh.
Because there was no map of the Flying City, really, that I remember of.
Let me see here. I'm just changing. Okay, there's Skurg, or there's Badonk, and you know what it was? I think that we when you played last, it was just before we got into combat, and then you weren't able to make the next session. So
that was
I learned the harsh lesson of why we're having no cliffhangers. Okay, so you know what? That's an easily fixed thing. Let me just get Roan out of the way. So while I'm doing this, what I can do is we're opening up with, as always, morning comes and Badonk has come down from his, from his room upstairs at the Brazen Strumpet. I'm pinging on the screen here as a reminder. The one really decent place to sleep in the town of Helix. And you find Tacey, the barmaid who seems to always be around, sees you coming down with Biscuit and Bone, your 2 pet dogs, and sets out your breakfast for you. What you see sitting at the table that your party has sort of regularly accumulated or sort of congregated around is Skurg, who you haven't seen in basically since you got back from that expedition to to the Flying City of Serene.
I actually think time-wise, game time-wise, it's not actually that long, is it?
No, I mean, there's only been about maybe a week or so.
Yeah,
past.
It's not an exorbitantly long time.
No. So
still, I'd be happy to see him.
Yeah.
Sure,
what are you looking like? What do you think you were? So you got back and you had sort of apprenticed with the that gnomish engineer up on Serene. So you started learning some of the tricks of the trade for what do you call it, for engineering, I guess. So I'm stalling because I'm trying to fill out your hit points here at the same time as we talk. There we go. Okay, so your character sheet on Roll20 is very, very empty. So we may have to do you just typing in what your where's it here? Max hit points.
Well, I'm using the PDF character sheet anyways, Kev.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. That'll be great. Okay, I was setting something up. So what I've done is I've set up. No, it's not working. I've set up your character sheet. There we go. There we go. Boom. Okay, so now I've set up your character sheet, or rather, just so you've got a token that tracks your hit points on it.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, the last thing you remember, you were apprenticing up in Serene, in that flying city where you learned about the wonders of gnomish technology. And then you ran into your friends, Wes and Badonk, and they took you on a mission where they were trying to do a favor. Wes said, or Badonk said, it was something about a sphinx. And that they were going to be doing I think it was Wes, and then Wes was going to do a favor for a Pegatar, and you decided to go along with that. And then you guys investigated that bandit camp. It was found to be completely decimated, and then this massive, scary-looking wyvern came smashing through the trees. And on the back of that wyvern was a really creepy-looking druid, and he seemed particularly pissed at you, because your markings, the tattoos that you've got all over your face and body now, were glowing. And unfortunately, you sat out that fight because the druid, before you could react, used some kind of sorcery to basically entrap you in stone. So what do you think you've been... Fortunately, the guys managed to drive him off, unfortunately at the cost of the... Pegator's life, and nearly at the cost of your allies and that lives as well. But what's Skurg been thinking about since then? That seemed like a pretty...
Well, I mean, do we know how Skurg would have gotten back, or how he would have...
you guys would have traveled back to Serene and then taken one of those sky cars down. So probably Serene has left probably about a week ago by this point. So you've been kind of bumming around town or doing something else maybe. But what do you think you've been doing?
Well, I'm guessing, and I don't know how long this would have taken if Skurg was ensorcelled as it was. There would have been the time to undo that enchantment.
Sorry, I wasn't being figurative. Literally, you were sealed in stone.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Right,
like stone came out of the ground and it poof, and sealed you up as if like you were swallowed by a mynheer. That's what it appeared to be for the guys. They actually didn't know if you were turned into it or what. And it wasn't until one of them sort of cracked it open, like, holy shit, he's inside. He's going to suffocate.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I wasn't entombed in it for terribly long.
No, we got you out of it. But
this dark druid was also different from the one that you encountered. I think you've probably, seen his face in dreams since then. Just because I love this picture, let's quickly take a look at the wyvern again. So that was the thing that came crashing through and nearly killed all of you guys.
Oh, he looks so tiny in the picture.
He does, yeah. Oh, tiny or cute? And that was his...
Well, really.
That was his master. The fact that there appears to be at least 2 of these fairly powerful druids lurking around the area
is bad.
Yeah, is likely something that's maybe weighing on you. I know that Skurg has been wrestling with the competing... Like, he showed up in the start of the campaign as really kind of a agnostic character, and he suddenly has found himself, thrown into, 2 different camps of religion in the community. The Angrimac and the Futurus, in the form of however you got these markings, and that crazy dream you had as well, and then in the Futurus with Brother Otar, who seems to have taken to you.
Right. Yeah, and I think Skurg is starting to come to terms with the duality of his spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point he was really torn between feeling like he had to choose between one or the other, and I guess after reinforcement from Brother Otar, he's starting to accept that he can in fact belong to both, and that perhaps the both are not nearly as disparate from one another as he's been led to believe. That it's a spirituality on the same continuum, if you will, but just maybe at opposing ends.
So you're telling me that a character who comes from two species is representing also how two branches of faith can act together? So what you're really contemplating is the heavy-headed metaphors imposed by the writer?
Yeah, that thing.
Oh shit! I wish I could take credit for that. That's just something that just dawned on me as you were describing it that way. I'm like, oh yeah, huh.
You totally should have like that. I was really just putting that out there for you.
I am always happy to be the man behind the great and powerful loss. Like, no, I'm still behind here, guys. Don't forget. Oh shit. Okay, so that's sort of what you see that Skurg seems to, am I, from what you said there, Dave, am I right in thinking that Skurg actually has a look of contentment that maybe he has not had, that's not crossed his face for several months?
Well, there's a certain level of tranquility to him in his personal beliefs, but he is troubled by kind of what has been foretold in, I guess, the dream that he had.
Yep.
And as it's starting to unfold and actually come to life, he's becoming more and more troubled by it.
Yeah. As a refresher, do you remember what the dream was about?
Well, he was in the Blackened Forest. And I mean, I guess to cut to the chase, there was a foretelling of a dragon in or around the forest, who was possibly linked to these druids.
Yep. And the name that you had for that was Ossithrax Pejorative.
Okay.
So
at this point, I think Skurg is actually trying to strengthen his ties to the cult of the Green Man. He's trying to, I guess, grow the strength of that particular branch, knowing that the tattoos, the markings have some significance and most likely will play a role down the line in all of this.
I think that you probably, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but probably one of the people that you have been, you would be most interested in talking to is Werbin Silverstone, the dwarven druid who you've adventured with at times. But it seems like he'll appear and disappear at his own whims, as if he's got something else going on. So maybe there's something more that Werbin knows. You have heard through the grapevine that, not Skurg, Roan, Scar's horse, the other half orc, that seems to be, or one of the other half orcs, because there's also, what's his name, Gamdar, at the Shrine of Saint Yig. He came back as well too, and he was talking about how a community of what do you call it, of worshippers of the cult of the Green Man were decimated by that same wyvern and some other dark forces.
No,
including what's her name, the henchwoman that you kept carrying a torch for.
Yeah.
She died off screen. So, Badonk, this is what you see when you go down. You're sort of surprised. Wes is nowhere to be seen, but Skurg is sitting there with Val.
Badonk,
how are you, man?
Well, it there've been good days and there've been bad days. Thanks for pulling me out of that that stone. I think I owe you a beer.
Oh, sure. I don't usually have one first thing in the morning, but
Why not?
for you today, sure.
Perfect. So,
Go
Scarlet
order a
will
beer.
grab some ales for him and his friend. And
Okay. There probably is one half or more drank in front of you as well. Tacey knows you're an easy mark for an early beer. But what do you guys have planned for today? What are we going to do at today's session?
I think we are going to head out into the Barrows.
Nice. So you currently have on retainer the fighter, now second level fighter, Vasquez. So she comes in as well, and you may remember her skirt because she was sort of she's the one with that great big halberd.
oh, she hates Skirk, doesn't she?
She's been kind of a shit, although I think something came out before. Let's just refresh everyone's mind here. So that's Vaz. Although she doesn't have a shield and sword, she carries a great big halberd. And there was something unusual that happened up in Serene, but yeah, she definitely has an antagonistic relationship with you.
What was that revelation? It doesn't come to mind now, but it was significant. I think I had goaded her on some point, and she'd either snapped or she
reacted very uncharacteristically. Do you remember what you did?
Yeah, it was something about a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't remember what you said to her exactly.
I keep referring to somebody as her boyfriend, and no, Kev, I think you'll have to refresh my memory. I'm sorry.
So if I recall, what it was that you talked about having relations with her.
Oh, that could very well be.
Oh, that's right. And then she reacted with basically what was tantamount to like complete and absolute disgust.
Yeah. She tried to cover it very quickly, but her, like, again, like the character is based on Vasquez from Aliens. So she is a tough mamma jamma. But that was a time where it, that really did break her cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So when she walks in, she sees you sitting there as well too, and she sort of pauses for a moment and then keeps on going. And Giselle, you made it out of the pheasant. Did you run out of money?
No, they ended up kicking me out as usual. If you need extra coin, I think you might do okay there.
I could say the same for you.
Well, thank you.
And she looks at you and nods, says, "Where's the halfling?"
Oh, Wes?
Badonk.
I'm honestly not sure today. Have you not seen him?
She shakes her head. But daylight's going to be burning. Is it the three of us?
Yeah, it's just the three of us today.
She kind of sighs. We lost Grigori last time, or lost Gerlich last time.
We
did. You're kind of looking around. You're like, oh yeah, there was a spellcaster here a moment ago. So you don't know what's happened to either Vax Silver Scroll or to Gerlich.
Was Gerlich with us last?
He wasn't in Serene, but he's one of the rare. He's one of the rare henchmen who have survived more than one outing. They're also he's the only henchman apart from Vaz who has actually made it to the Barrowmaze with you guys. And he unfortunately shuffled off this mortal coil last session.
That poor bastard.
Yeah.
Welcome to adventuring with us.
Really?
Well,
he lasted a hell of a long time.
One session?
No.
He actually lasted quite a while, yeah.
Like 5 sessions, maybe?
Wow.
I've now started a folder called Graveyard. Which I can put Sir Albus in there too.
Oh,
man. Bye.
Oh, let's spare a moment. Okay, here he goes. We're putting him into the ground.
Too soon, Kev. It's too soon.
Alas, Sir Albus, we knew you, Horatio.
Yeah. We usually find a way to talk about, it's made him famous. We've talked about him just about every session since. So
it really has. All right. So, do you guys want to go to what's his name, Ocean's Mercenary Guild, and see who is available?
Sure.
Okay, let's see who's. I'm just pulling up the meat shields thing. And again, for those listening at home who may not know, if you go to the Barrowmaze.com website, they actually got a thing there that'll generate followers for you. So it's pretty great. We've been doing that the entire campaign from the get-go. Whew. So you guys have your pick of some pretty great characters here. You have two guys who seem like they came just from the market, because one guy is armed with chainmail and shield and club with a big wheel of cheese. His name is Ackerley. There is another guy who's a man-at-arms who does not have any armor, but he does have a club, and he has a large loaf of tasty-looking bread. His name is Farton, and yes, it's Farton. Then there are three torchbearers or porters who you can hire as well. There's not really much that stands out about any of them, apart from one of them does look he looks old and a little lame, and he's got a bunch of scars and stuff. You would think that this is someone who may have served in like a militia or something like that, or been a caravan guard at some point in his life, who has, or just a private guard who has just his body has betrayed him over, with the weight of time. So, do any of those really stand out to you?
Well, I think the two that actually seem like they have some kind of combat wherewithal would be our best bets.
Yeah, those the two men-at-arms. So I mean, both of those, they can be had for 10 GP each.
All right.
Yeah, do you want to hire them both?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's probably unlikely that either of them come back. So, sure.
You take the money off their corpse.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I'm assuming that you end up having to pay, because you guys have been bringing the bodies back to date. Actually, I don't know if you did the last one, although I imagine that after that incident outside the Barrowmaze, when those corpses came to life again, you guys probably started being more judicious in your disposal of the bodies afterwards.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so then what I'll get you guys to do is they're going to have +1 to hit, and their weapons will do 1d6 damage, and they have 1 hit dice. So I'll just let you guys make the attack rolls for them.
Okay.
All right. So then you have all the rest of your stuff together. Let's make tokens here for Farton and Ackerley. Very quickly here. Let's see here, my library. Where are we going here? Yeah, all the pictures I got are far too badass for these two schmoes. Here, I'll do this. One guy's got what do you call it? Chainmail. So we'll use this for him. So this is, what's his character's name? Ackerley. And he only has 1 hit dice, so it's don't really need to sort of bar for him. And for Farton, that's a terrible fucking name. Oof.
Was that randomly rolled, Kev?
It's randomly rolled. Yeah.
Good lord.
This is how committed we are to abiding by the dice rolls. Why don't I just use this? This is a pretty good. That screams farting to me. There you go. Okay.
Whatever. I mean, it's your typical loser. It's not his fault.
Typical loser. And he's not going to live that long anyway, so you'll be happy to put him out of his misery. All right, so you guys have your followers, and you head out into the Barrowmaze. Let's swap over to the tactical map and remind ourselves what the Barrowmaze looks like. So this is... We should clear out what we got here. Boom. Get rid of those. Boom. And there's our guys. Okay, so you should be able to control all your tokens. Why don't you guys set up from top of the page down, top being the front of the party, and then the bottom being the back. Go ahead and position yourselves, Farton and Ackerley, where you want.
Okay, so...
Badonk, you like being, you usually kind of lurk in the back, don't you?
Yeah, but now that Wes isn't here, I probably have to be the freaking guide.
Oh, that's right.
You guys are used
I'm
to
the one who knows how to get back to the Barrowmaze, so... Yeah, I guess I'm in the front.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Which way are we going? Like up the road, like kind of like following the little ribbon of green there?
Remember that the Barrowmaze is, excuse me, the Barrowmaze is perfectly silent, and it's got thick, high reeds in many parts. There's pools of quicksand and water and still ponds, and as you're walking along, the thick mud, it fills up to, like, for you, close to your waist, Badonk, and it's only because you're so nimble that you're able to maneuver your way through it, but it's exhausting going.
Right.
Okay. Okay, give me 2 seconds here. I'm just trying to find my...
I'll be right back up.
Okay, sure. I had the foresight to roll some of the encounters beforehand, and then neglected to put tokens out.
To get the tokens ready.
Yeah, that's me. Smart guy. All right. Okay. Okay, so it is the first 4 hours of travel pass uneventfully. Or first 2 hours of travel as you're tromping through pass uneventfully. There's still, the omnipresent heat. This is getting to be late summer at this point, so it's still very, very hot. But there's no, thankfully, those piranha flies that you encountered a few weeks back. No sign of those things this time. And it's when you are making your way through a particularly thick set of reeds. I'm just going to position you up here and get you guys over just a touch here. When you hear rustling in the areas next to you, and the reason that stands out is, of course, because it's just so quiet here otherwise. Now, Dave, we've been doing something new. Is we're assigning somebody to roll dedicated initiative and someone to roll dedicated surprise checks. And then when you fuck it up, then it passes to the next person.
Okay.
So why don't we do this? And we're just rolling initiative for the whole group rather than going individually, because that just goes faster on a round per round basis. So which of you guys wants to roll surprise? Which of you guys wants to roll initiative?
I'll roll surprise.
Sure.
Okay. So then, Dave, give me a D6 roll, please. Hey, no surprise. Awesome. So let's see here. 10. So it is 100 feet away. These things are, you hear something moving in the reeds. and snarling as if it smelled the scent of your flesh. So let's do this. Let's roll. Go ahead, Jeff. Roll me a D6 rolling initiative. I got a 2.
I need to open the dice roller.
Sure. I think I was using D10s before, but I'm gonna use a D6 now. Nice.
Did it roll? Yeah.
Good start, guys.
Nice.
Okay. So now one thing I did fuck up, because you got no one who casts spells with you. I didn't ask if anyone was casting spells, and you're not in melee, so I didn't ask whether you need to do that. But I'm going to position these things, and remember they're about 100 feet away at this point. And yeah, they'll one behind, and I'll put one over here. Okay, so relative to where you guys are, that's where they are. But you guys get to act first, so you know that something is coming. You can choose to hold an action. You can choose to take your action. What would you guys like to do?
Is this a sound that we recognize?
Good question. Why don't you give me a, let's see here. I think that'd be an intelligence check. And do you have, I'm not sure there's any traits that would necessarily apply to that.
I mean, other than just experience in the Barrowmaze.
You know what? There's so many different things that have tried to kill you in the Barrowmaze.
Right.
You know, so it's definitely not the piranha flies. So there's that. It's not a giant leech. It's not a giant scorpion. It's not giant toads.
I think I could use my wary dungeoneer, though.
You're not in the dungeon, though.
Oh, yeah, we're not really in the dungeon yet. All right. Okay, so what do I roll? Intelligence?
Oh, hold on. I'm still enjoying the memories of all the things that have tried to kill you.
So many things.
So many things. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wrong character.
What? No attribute. What?
What happened?
No attribute was bound. It didn't like that roll. I just got a weird. So it's just 2d8 then?
Yeah. Do you still have that button at the bottom of the screen? Oh, actually. Dave,
oh yeah, trait roll.
Hold up, Dave. I may. Let me see if I've got it set up for you here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. So Dave, do you have at the bottom left of your screen a little token that says trait roll?
Nothing?
Yes. Sweet. Okay, great. Whoa, nice roll from Badonk. Holy smokes. Okay, so Badonk, actually, you know what? It's absolutely as you thought, because you've been in here so fast. You're like, zombie, no, it's too articulate for a zombie. Skeleton, no, it's talking. Oh my god, it's the same fucking things that dragged off that one henchman. Remember the things that started eating him as you were going? Yeah, absolutely. The things that came scampering out of that like hole underneath a tree. That's what they sounded like.
Oh man.
And I'll just give you that as a free action. So you can still make a move and an attack if you want.
Can I see them?
No, but you definitely know where they're coming from. There's that, like when the corn stalk starts moving above.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you're seeing here.
Okay, I'll yell, but they're man-eaters, and I'll move towards the direction of the sound to see if I can spot them on my way over there.
Sure. Go ahead and move yourself in whatever direction. Remember, they are 100 feet away. So what's your movement? And you're pretty quick.
Movement. 165 feet.
Whoa.
Wait, no. Or 55 feet. Which
55,
one?
yeah. One is the tactical movement. The other one is the outdoor movement.
Oh, okay. So 55 tactical.
Holy smokes. Okay, so you could move as a move. Halfway. You could move half. And actually, you know what? You could do a charge if you were so inclined.
No, I think I'll move half and just to stay between the newbies and these things.
That's meat shields. So what Farton and Ackerley, I really hope Farton survives because I'm now starting to love him. So he they sort of look at each other, and Farton's the one who's only got like a shield and a club and normal clothes. So he's like, "What's going on?"
I did say, "Watch out, they're man-eaters."
Okay. Just looking around like, "Oh shit!" Ackerley gets his shield up and his club ready, but he looks a little nervous as well. What is who wants to take control of Vaz this session? You know what? Badonk might be more familiar with her, so maybe I'll let Badonk control her, and then that way you can just focus on the being an alchemical master.
Yeah.
Skirg, what are you doing?
So you said they're 100 feet away?
Yep.
All right. So Skirg is going to move himself as close as he can.
Okay. What's your movement? Let's see here. 40 feet. So you're about 60 feet away now.
Okay. Is that still too far to actually lob an alchemist fire?
Let me see here. It's 10 out of range.
Just shite.
Hold on, didn't you? Wait. I think you took something. 1 second. This actually might not be the most recent version of Skirg. 1 sec here.
Cheetah's elixir, perhaps?
Say again?
Cheetah's elixir?
Cheetah's elixir. Oh no, sorry. Just 1 sec. I just want to see if I've got, because I think you took a. No, that's the wrong version. I thought that you had taken a foci that was like far lobber or something like that.
That sounds familiar. But...
Yeah, like I think I've updated him, but I don't know where.
Yeah, it's not showing up here though. He has Mad Bomber as a trait, but
yeah, I think that what I did is I did rework him at one point. Give me just 1 second here. I'm gonna quickly look on. It definitely would be in my Gmail. Serious, that's a Skirk a go.
He did have far lobber at one point. It's just not in this.
Yeah, like he's had a new. I'm sure he got new. Here we go. Oh, that's Roan. That's Roan. Where is he? Yeah. Okay. So there is you've got a thing called Mad Bomber, a foci that doubles the range of all alchemical cantrips. Sweet. And you know what I did is I did it at work, and so hold on. I'm sending you the proper version of this, Dave. There you go. So let me just download that guy because this one is the one. So yes, so that the it is in range.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was wrong. Because what I did is I created that first one using like a first draft of the rules, and then afterwards I ended up adding a whole bunch of new stuff. And yeah, so your range, so 60 is actually only medium range, which is pretty fucking great.
Excellent.
So it's -2 to hit, and I'm going to give them another -2 just because of cover, because they're sort of covered, by stuff right now. But your to hit is +4.
Are you asking or?
No, it is +4. Yeah. No, sorry, I know. Why'd you say it that way? Damn it! Don't put question marks in the prompter.
Can I take a double action?
What are you thinking of doing?
Well, actually throwing 2 bombs.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I think that you need to act to do your alchemical hoobajoo or whatever. To activate it and throw it, you need the 1. Although you will get these things are lesser foes, so you'll get your fray dice against them as well. And you have that a fray dice of 1d6. Yeah, and I don't remember whether you can use that against anybody or if it's only what do you call it? Only a second target. Give me 1 second here. I don't remember. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So as a reminder, Dave, Fray Dice is something that is an extra dice you can roll to basically to reflect how badass you are as a big bad hero. We can narratively just say that that's an extra, like you toss 2 grenades out. The primary one will do the more damage. The secondary one will do a little less. It'll only do 1d6, but you'll be able to damage one of the other ones out there.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make an attack roll. Targets, let's see what their AC is. Their AC is 6. So basically you've got, you need to roll 20 or better, and you've got plus 6 to the roll.
Okay. And what, in fact, am I rolling here for Alchemist Fire? 2d4 plus 2.
No, that's for damage.
Okay.
Roll the hit first, yeah. Oh, nat 20! Whoa!
Beauty.
Way to open the session there. Holy smokes.
That's what happens when you haven't been here for a while.
Right, you take a little hiatus, and all the good juju's back.
All right, so what I'm just going to say is it'll do max damage then. So it's 14 damage, which actually, well, no, sorry, it's a 6, and plus 2. So it's an 8 and a 6, which does, I think, like 4. Yeah, that's 6 and sorry. So wow. So you do a whopping, basically, Dave, you toss out enough grenades to fucking destroy 2 of them. As your thing goes out, and there's this explosion of fire that just sort of like detonates behind them. Go ahead and roll your Fray dice. So let's roll 1d6.
Okay.
3 is 1 more. So I'll mark this little puke here. He's tagged by part of it, but yeah, like, every like napalm scene from any what do you call it? Vietnam film. This row of brilliant orange light explodes behind them.
And you hear Badonk yell out, "Good to have you back, buddy!"
I missed this.
All right. So then it's either Vaz or one of the henchmen.
I think Vaz will... I don't know what the henchmen are going to do after what Badonk yelled, but Vaz will follow Badonk. I think she's not quite as fast. Yeah, she's not. So she'll be following Badonk.
Okay. Now, because she has the longer weapon,
maybe she'll double move. Like maybe she can run.
Yep.
So she will stay even with Badonk then, I think.
Okay. So then it is these things turn. So they come out. And because she's got a longer weapon, I'll let her make an attack roll. Actually, hold on. They've got 2. They got 2 hit dice. They're lesser foes for her. She automatically hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
It's still easiest to probably just click on her thing.
Yeah. And then Skurg, one of them comes scampering out towards you.
So 1 damage.
It's 2. Whoa. He actually hits you. And that's with the claw, miss, and hit. Jeez. Okay, so this thing claws at you. It's 2 disgusting, filthy claws. What it looks like is if it's a corpse that seems to have sat for about like a day and a half. It's dying, and it's not bloating yet, so it's thin and wiry. Its teeth look loose and discolored. Its eyes are all milky white, and it goes charging in with these disgusting sharpened claws. Whatever clothes it's been wearing have been desiccated and basically fallen off of the body, so it's covered in mud and dirt and shit like that. And it goes racing out and hits you twice with its claws. You take 3 points of damage in total, and I need you to make a a Constitution save, please. So the way you do that is you're going to roll 2d8. You're going to add your level and any Constitution bonus you have.
Okay.
And difficulty is 11.
Okay, you said I add my constitution and my level?
Yes, please.
So +4. There we go.
Oh, nice. So you've actually you remember these things because as this hits you, there's a familiar sensation of your muscles kind of spasming and tightening up. And you fortunately pull yourself back, even though you take a little bit of damage from these clawing you. You manage to keep the contact as minimal so it doesn't affect you. Remember those things that paralyzed you in place?
Yep.
That's what these things seem to be. Okay.
Ooh.
So the henchmen, what are the henchmen doing, guys? Are they engaging or leaving you guys to deal with this?
I don't know. What do you think, Dave? I'm thinking they're like maybe a little nervous.
Farton turns to Ackerley and says, they seem to have it, right?
Ackerley might want some glory.
Okay. So
I mean,
Dave's controlling Ackerley. Ackerley goes charging in. Go ahead and make an attack roll for him. He gets +7 in total.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, that's only because this thing, I've included its armor class. Like what you do is it's just like Godbound, Dave, where you're adding your hit bonus and then you add their armor class and you try and beat 20. Holy shit, he did it. So he goes racing in with his little club. Go ahead and roll 1d6 for me.
Oh.
2. That's sufficient. That's 1 point of damage. And this thing, it's still smoldering from where the spillover from your alchemist fire has happened. It's come in and attacked you, and out of nowhere comes Ackerley and his bread, and it slams this thing on the side of the head. Sorry, I didn't mean to shout in the mic, guys. And fells this thing.
Nice.
He kind of looks at you like, ha ha ha!
Well played, man. Although I did soften him up for you.
He nods and says, that you did, sir. Farton is still kind of standing there, like trying to decide what to do. Jeff,
a little nervous.
Is Farton doing anything?
No, I think he's, this is maybe like pretty close to his actual first time out. Yeah. And he is sort of struck with terror almost, especially at what Badonk yelled.
Yeah, well, he's got also again, he has a shield, a club, and cheese. Like that's what he brings to the battle.
Right, like it's like his mom sent the cheese with him for his first day out, and he is
to be honest, Hansberg at cheese. So,
all right, so end of round. Let's roll initiative. So first off, though, does anybody want? Well, no one's casting spells, so I'll stop asking about that. Does anybody want to disengage?
Retreating? No, I don't think so.
Nope. Okay, then let's roll initiative. I got a 5.
Just 1d20, eh?
No, 1d6 for initiative.
1d6.
Oh. A 2. Oof. Because there's only 2 of you, I'm not going to shuffle it. You'll just be your initiative guy, Jeff, and you are surprise guy, Dave. All right, so that means the ghoul, the final remaining thing, gets to go first, and he is gonna. You know what? I forgot to attack with him last round too. Oh wait, I didn't apply damage from. How much damage did she do? 4 damage. Okay, so it's dead. Never mind.
No, that's only 1 damage, Kev.
4.
Like, what?
Oh, but the
way the game works, that like.
Oh yes, of course. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and she can't apply her fray against the second one. So, all right. So then, yes, this thing gets to attack. It runs in past her halberd, and the red one will be the bite. Let's see here. Whoa, shit. What's her AC? Is it 2 or less?
It is 4.
4. Okay, so unfortunately, these two. This thing is able to get past her. It clips her with one of its claws, doing 3 points of damage. So that's only 1. And so it's 1 point of damage. And then the other, it manages to get its, biting mouth in and chomps down on her shoulder. Oof, doing another point of damage. and I need a Constitution save from her as well. Target number is 11, so it's her level plus her Constitution bonus.
Does this work? No, that doesn't do anything. So it's 2d8 plus 1.
Yeah.
I'll have to type that in. She doesn't have that. Roll. Type.
Oh. So you look over, as she's being attacked, you sort of make eye contact with her, and you see the same rigid, posture take. Her veins are popping out of her exposed arms, and her eyes are just going wild as she's trying to process the fact that she can no longer move any of her limbs. And Badonk, you've seen this happen before, so it's kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it is that's it for the ghoul. Who wants to go next? Clearly farting, right?
Skirt will go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? So Vaz and Badonk are right beside it, eh?
That's right. Both are engaged.
Oh, mother. Well, all right. Skurg will.
You're going to play arsenic, right?
Yes. No, he's going to pull out his heavy crossbow.
Can I point something out? So remember that you also have a cantrip attack. And what that basically is just, it's a mechanical way of reflecting some small little attack thing that you've got. So it could be like a little vial of acid, or a smaller version of your, alchemist fire, whatever the things are in a smaller container.
Yeah, okay.
You get to narratively make up what you think it is. It's just an opportunity. It can't. It only does 1d4 plus 3 damage, but it does have plus 5 to hit, so it's a better chance of hitting with it than with your thrown things.
Okay, fair. I think I'm still gonna use the crossbow though.
Okay, that means you're probably using your round getting the crossbow out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then you got to take a round to load it, because I'm assuming you're not walking around with a loaded crossbow.
Right. Okay. Cantrip it is then.
Okay. The cantrip, or the crossbow, is pretty badass and an incredibly great range, but it's a fucking pain in the ass to, get the thing ready.
What about the javelin? Would that be quicker? Would that be usable?
I'll let you draw and throw a javelin because you're staying stationary, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So the only downside is if you roll poorly, you may hit one of your allies.
Well, I mean that was a reality with the cantrip, anyways, right?
Totally.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So you get plus 4 to hit with the javelin. Go ahead. 1d20 plus 4. Totals plus 10 actually with the AC. Whoa!
Oh, plus 10.
Well, yeah, because you've also get plus his armor class is 6.
Oh, should I re-roll that or?
No, it just means you rolled 27. So pretty badass. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Damage on the javelin is 1d6 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. So you this as this thing is gnawing on Vaz and trying to basically like bear her down to the ground, it's suddenly like lifted off the ground as this massive javelin skewers it and it hits the ground and lays still. Vaz's eyes are still kind of wild and looking all over the place. Let me see how long she's paralyzed for 2d4 turns. Oof. That ain't good. So let's see here. She is 20 minutes. She is paralyzed.
You know what? Skirk will hit her up with the some anti-plague.
Anti-plague. Well, I was going to make an versus disease. Does not allow that. Neither does antidote. Actually.
Oh, it doesn't, eh?
No, because anti-plague is against diseases and magical diseases. Antitoxin is against poisons, but they're actually none of those are something that gets rid of a condition like paralysis. Mm-hmm. So
there's nothing deeper than like this is just paralysis. There's no. This is not. It's not paralysis secondary to a magical disease.
No, it's a these things. If you had Vaz here to not Vaz, if you had Vax Silver Scroll here to explain more about the magical theory, you might think that it's kind of like positive and negative, things connecting. Because this is a basically think of these creatures as like necrotic sinks, and when it touches a living being and touches the energy that makes up its soul, there's sometimes where it just stuns it. And that's what the paralysis is.
Can I use a? No, never mind. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask if I could use a cantrip attack.
You can definitely use it on her if you want. I'm not sure it's gonna help.
No.
How about we try acid? Ah!
Yeah. No, I to perhaps concoct something that might help, but yeah, it's not applicable.
What I'll let you do is, why don't you give me? I'm assuming you have one of your elixirs of healing prepared, right?
Yeah, I do. And Skirk also has a self-taught alchemist trait, and I'm not quite sure if that's applicable.
Yeah. So here's what I'll let you do: is why don't you give me a intelligence check, and you can apply your self-taught alchemist trait to that. So it'll be your intelligence bonus plus your self-taught alchemist bonus plus 2d8. And if you beat 11 or higher, I'll let you, add some other ingredients into one of your elixirs of healing, and it'll do both healing and it will end the paralysis.
Okay. The 2d8, eh?
Yes, please.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, easy. So you take a look and you're like, oh, I've been there, and you grab some powders and some, maybe some syrup from one of your things. You drip it in there. It fizzes up a little bit. You shake it around and then, move her jaw up so you can pour it down her throat. And why don't you roll 1d6 for me? She definitely heals 1 point, and then there's another 1d6. Nice, another 2. So I think that puts her back at full, right, Jeff? Yep. Okay. And then you can also all bandage your wounds at the end of combat, which will, if you take a minute, which will heal 2 points of damage. So I don't know how much down that leaves you there, Skirg.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just I'm down 1.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then you guys carry on in the Barrowmoor. Farton, as soon as things are finished up, his eyes are big, and he comes up to you guys and says, "Is it always like that?"
Oh boy, it'll be like this the entire way and the entire way back. Quit shitting your pants and let's get in the game.
He looks pretty sheepish. He kind of puts his head down, his big shoulders slump. But the rest of the trip to the actual Barrow Mounds is uneventful. So let's
get out.
Get us to the Barrow Mounds. Okay, whoopsies, wrong thing. Here we go. Boom. And all right, we're gonna head down and we'll reposition you at the edge here. Okay. Now, as always, you can move. We're just using Badonk as the token for the party. You can move 4 hexes. And then I will tell you what, if anything, happens.
Okay. Let's see. I think, well, let's go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have to steer as far from the normal wide path that we take when we have a wizard with us.
It's actually, it wasn't the wizard. It's only been that sorcerer.
Oh, the sorcerer. Yeah.
Yeah. So next, the so you start making your way through the Barrow Mounds, and let me show you what. Let's see here, what this looks like as a reminder to us and the folks at home. So there you go, guys. That is what the Barrow Mounds look like. The air is thick. There are no mountains in the background, but there is thick and heavy fog that hangs around, restricting your visibility to about 100 feet out. And as with the Barrowmoor, this place is utterly and perfectly still. So you're making your way along. You're coming up on that first big mountain, the mound. And Skurg, that mound that lays about 400 feet ahead of you, it's slowly emerging out of the mist. That's where your brother died.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, go ahead and move 4 more. I like this, having rolled the encounters beforehand. This is great.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is a bold choice to move that direction.
Hey. Nothing if not bold.
You continue on, your eyes trained on the edges of the fog that clings to the ground. It seems as if there may be forms moving in them. Maybe your eyes are just playing tricks on you. Whatever the case may be, you have no encounters.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and move 4 more.
1, 2, 3, and the entrance.
Now, Skurg, have you been to the Barrowmaze before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have been down.
Inside the maze, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice. So then this seems like going home, because that is what you see before you. As it appears in the mists, there's those mynheers appearing around the mound. There's that fallen slab that once covered the Barrow Mound. And you know that within is this. The block and tackle that leads deep down into the maze itself. You still see that there are those now very hacked up corpses on the outskirts of the mound. What do you guys do, if anything?
And the corpses, are they random or?
There's about 4 of them left. I'm not sure if you were there last time, but the last time that the guys made it to the actual Barrowmaze, these things came back to life and attacked and pretty badly wounded your party wizard. It's actually what led you guys to turning back last time.
Yeah, it was not good.
Can we burn them?
Yeah, you could probably like cobble together some kind of alchemical, substance that would burn like kind of alchemical phosphorus almost. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry about these ones coming back.
That's true. The smell, unfortunately, is not great. So let's see here. Let's move ourselves over. I just need to get a setup on the Barrowmaze as well. It's gonna lag for a second as I my roll 20 loads the Barrowmaze. There we go. And I just love this map. Okay. Okay, let me get rid of the guys that are there. Boom. And I got to oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to resize some of these characters here. They're fucking huge. I'm pretty sure some of them were, actually, I'll just delete the ones I've got here. Because I think some of them are off the map anyway. Yeah. Do this. Jeez. All right. So there's that. That. Oh, I need to take the names off too, because the the next time I load up the these characters, or rather, I save this map, I'm going to make sure I save it in a much smaller format, or a much larger format, because this is pretty difficult. Although it barely loads as it is. Oh, sorry, Dave. I'm trying to fix the token here. Okay. Only one more to fix here, guys, and then I am done. I now remember why I didn't have the names on, because when you make the names stay the same size regardless of whatever size the tokens are. So when you make the tokens really itty bitty to fit in the maze, the names are fucking huge. All right, here we go. Almost finished up. No more dead air. All right. Just potentially dead PCs. I mean, really fun times had by all.
That's what we brought NPCs along for, Kev.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's load up the old Barrowmaze. So as you guys make your way down into the Barrowmaze, a reminder of what this first room looks like. Now, I didn't scan the picture, so I'll have to hold it up here, but I love, whoopsies, the illustration here.
What was that movie? It reminds me of a scene from The Descent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the this is a non-second. There's actually, so there's a really cool supplement actually within arm's reach here, another OSR book called Veins of the Earth. And it's a supplement where the guy basically did research on what actual caves develop like and what actual caving is like, and then made a D&D product based around that.
No way.
Yeah, like, and I thought it was pretty neat. And then when I was on my firm retreat, I actually did caving on Vancouver Island, and it's super fucking cool. Yeah. I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure it would be an awful lot of fun as a campaign necessarily, but like, especially if you're playing a character that wears any armor whatsoever, because it basically the rule is like, well, you just don't fit. So anyway, so you guys are making your way down. The only way to enter the dungeon at this point is through a hole in the ceiling. An old rusty block and tackle attached to a tripod sets atop the hole, and a rope descends down into the room. The ceiling is vaulted and 25 feet high from the floor. The room has partially collapsed along the western wall, as you can see. Worn frescoes of a burial. Jesus Christ. I am a moron. Oh my God. Worn frescoes of a burial procession.
Your English is very good, Kev.
Yeah, burial. It's a bureau. It's a desk. It's a desk procession. Oh my God. It's actually the Barrowmaze.
The Barrowmaze.
Yeah.
My
Worn
favorite.
frescoes of a burial procession leading to a barrow mound line the walls. Bones litter the floor. Booted footprints can be seen headed east. Rubble and debris lie throughout. The smell of dampness and death fills the air. And Farton turns and kind of staggers back because he sees that graffiti on the wall that you guys have seen before. They are coming.
Ugh.
And as soon as Farton makes that noise, you hear something moving from down that hallway. Guys. Would you kindly roll? Who is in charge of surprise?
Me.
Dave, give me a roll for surprise, please.
Oh, sorry, again. That's a D6.
D6, please. Yeah.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. Nice. These guys actually are.
What?
Well, that doesn't make any sense because you called them. So I think I'm just going to save. What I'll do is I'll save my surprise roll. And the next thing that it would logically make sense that they'd be surprised, you guys will surprise them. You still have to roll for your own surprise. So that may not be great news. Okay. So, all right. Boom. 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 There we go. All right. So, these things are going to be moving and trying to get to you. So would you kindly make a, or tell me whether you're going to be, actually, there's nothing that you could conceivably be doing that would require you to declare before the initiative. So why don't we just roll initiative, guys? Jeff, you're in charge. I rolled a 1. So just don't roll a 1.
You will not roll a 1. I hope.
That works. All right. So what you hear is there's something that's like at the sound that Farton made. Something is moving towards you guys. And again, down here, it's just as silent as what it was on the surface. And the hallway that you hear these things coming down is that, guys. So you can kind of imagine from down there, there's this sound of booted feet, you know, making their way across the stones. That is a sound that is in no way reflective of what boots on stone sounds like. But all right. So you guys have initiative. What do you guys want to do? The sound is coming from down here. I just realized.
Well, let's take up defensive positions.
I'm going to need to zoom in.
Okay. So, oh yeah, can I get myself any further in? I can. Look at that. Nice.
I'm just, you guys are so smart.
Okay, so each square is 10 feet, guys. So Skurg goes racing out. All right, then Skurg, actually, you see this. Staggering around in that room, carrying broken weapons, are 4 skeletons animated by necrotic power and wearing loose leather armor. So I think that is, from where you were, that's still within your move. You could actually make an attack if you want to there, Skurg.
Yep, let's do that.
Yep, had that on the agenda.
Does Skurg know what would work best as an attacking formulae for these?
So from fighting these things before, you do know that slashing and piercing implements have not been particularly effective against skeletons because there's not a lot of flesh to take up that energy, whereas bludgeoning things have been quite effective.
Right, but in terms of alchemically...
You've seen your mystic allies blast these things down, and it doesn't seem to do any more or less damage. Apart from the radiant damage that the lost, late, great Sir Albus did.
Well, actually, Kev, are my wraps glowing?
Your wraps are definitely glowing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what? Skurg will try a liquid ice. We'll see if this makes him a little bit more brittle.
Cool. What does liquid ice do? I don't remember.
Cold damage. Well, cold damage that wouldn't work on a skeleton, would it?
Unless it has. So cold damage isn't like, ooh, it's a little chilly in here. Like this is basically like spilling, liquid nitrogen on something.
Well, that's what I was hoping. So
Yeah.
So it may in
like,
fact be
what
effective.
the mechanical effect is that -2. Where is it here? -2 to all actions and move at half speed. That is the like frost forming all over them as they're kind of like slowed down.
All right, that might be worthwhile. Okay.
Okay.
So 1d20 plus
it's plus your hit bonus. They've got an AC of 7. So basically, I think you need like a 9 or higher. What do you have? +4 with it? I think it's +4 with all your thrown things. Excuse me. Yeah, +4. So it's +11 to hit. You need 9 or higher to hit. D20. Ooh, a 2 will not do it though. All right, so you toss that thing in there, and I think that you were a little startled by what you saw there. There's also the fact that there's absolutely no light for where you are. I'm going to assume that one of you guys got one of the henchmen to light a torch. But, you got dark vision, though, don't you?
I do. I also have a sun rod if needed.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. So then you are... Yeah, you can see no problem because of your orcish vision. But unfortunately, that does miss. So then all creatures must make... Oh, geez. Even though you missed it, you didn't miss it terribly, so it doesn't take damage, but everyone else needs to make that save. So let's quickly do that. Their target number for the save is... Your level is 3, right? So I need a 12 or higher. Pass. Fail. All right. So one of them's you hit the wall and it spills over one of them, and one of them seems to be coated in that like rime of ice, and it seems to be slowed down a bit, but the others do seem to be unaffected. That's Skirg's turn. Who wants to go next?
Kev, how do doorways work in this game? Like, is Skirg the only one who can fight them through that doorway right now?
I'd let 2 of you guys fit through that.
Okay, because I'm thinking that Badonk will move up there and say, try not to let them through the door. And he'll attack whichever one he can sort of get at through the door.
Okay. So you go race over? Yeah, you absolutely can do that. I'll move Skirg over it. Just a scooch there.
Yeah, like we can kind of straddle the doorway.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, and Skirg, you can apply your fray dice. Remember, these are lesser foes. So go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll 1d6. Nice. So 2 of them. So one of them is coated in that rime of ice. And what I'll do, I believe you told me you wanted to target with the fray dice one of the ones at the back, right? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't fuck over Badonk like I was inclined to do. That's what I heard.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so then you shatter that, but while the one is only coated in the rime of ice, the other 2 do seem to be just like you toss maybe a second one in and it hits them. They're coated in it and they kind of turn to try and face you, and then their jaws open and then break away. And as it moves forward, they sort of like shatter and fall apart and fall down into this heap of bones. So Badonk, now you are in range. What do you want to do? And remember, you can split up your movement, your fray dice, and your attacks all throughout your round.
Okay. Well, right. So I'll move and attack, like, take my dog stance and attack the one that is trying to get through the doorway.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. Ooh.
Holy.
8, yeah, so that definitely hits. And
that is 4 damage.
You hit this thing so hard that it goes flying back into the second one and annihilates it.
Oh, nice. Well, I guess they won't be getting through the door.
No. It's gonna. All right. So, and in that room, debris litters the floor of that room, as well as, I believe, the bodies of some dead rodents. Your wraps are still alight.
Ooh.
And actually, you can hear from down over here, the sound of again.
No, I just have to pee.
Now you have to go.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Why don't we do that, guys? So we've been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Let's take a 5-minute bio break, and then we'll come back. I could use some more coffee. Okay.
Whoa. Time for a little more Highland Park. Does not like that. It's super easy, James. Nothing to this game. You'd like it.
All right. Oh, Amy sends her love. Okay, are we all back?
Dave's not here yet.
Oh, Dave's not back yet. Okay, cool.
Just chatting with one of our viewers,
Oh, nice.
Mr. James Beernuts.
Baby. Nice. What a shake it, James. James is joining us from, I guess, from work, probably.
That's what I'm guessing.
James, the answer to what would it be like playing Vax in this system is that he would be exceptionally badass. Ugh. Okay. So if we're all back, I think that Vaz makes her way up to join you guys. And Farton and what was the other guy's name?
It hardly even matters at this point.
Ackerley.
Ackerley.
Oh, I am actually tracking the hit points or the XP of these guys. So if they make it through 2 sessions, they will actually become first level fighters. It's just that you guys have yet to have a henchman who's a man-at-arms who lasts for 2 sessions. They, of course, then demand more money, I guess, so there is that. But anyway, so you guys are at that junction. Now, you may recall that just to the north here, there's that room that you enjoyed so much, Badonk, where you were trapped behind a locked door with a room full of zombies. You guys haven't actually explored up here yet. There are these 2 doors right in this area there. There appears to be some rubble down near the end. And then this door down here is closed. But you remember that beyond that was another corridor that led down that had that pit trap that you nearly fell down.
Right.
So you hear something thumping down here. But what do you guys want to do? Yeah, you're absolutely right. James says, can't keep minions alive. Guess I haven't missed much. Nope.
No. Nothing. That part doesn't change. We don't like paying our bills. Yeah, 20 gold. Yeah, sure. We'll give that to you after the mission. No problem.
Well, I say we head down toward the thumping because,
to keep clearing this crap out. Sure. Let's do it.
All right.
The donk wants to...
So go ahead and position yourselves in that room where you would like.
Is that room 20?
Room 4. Room 20 is the door you're going to throw open. Whatever is in room 20 is the thing that's causing all the noise.
I don't know why Skirg's going first, actually.
Historical tradition. Like, even when we play Pathfinder, you're like, I got this, and run forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be tempered by the fact that he's only 3rd level as compared to Badonk's near 5th. But
I think near is one of those things. It's like horseshoes and hand grenades.
okay.
All right, let's do this. And then, oops, Vasquez. And then, which one is which? They're very tiny for me. Like, which one's...
The little bald guy. The one at the back is, what's his name? Is Farton.
Okay, so he'll be the one who doesn't quite make it into the room.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, he rushes. He actually pushes past Apperly, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think it's Ackerley.
Ackerley, and make sure that he's not left in the hallway alone. He kind of pushes him out of the way and jumps into the room. He feels a little safer. Around.
Yeah, he also looks like he's seen a couple of seasons, right? Like, this is not a spring chicken. This is a guy who made a terrible fucking choice this morning.
Right.
Seems like there's some easy money in this.
Why is Ackerley in the rear and Farton?
Because Ackerley, that's what I said. He just pushed past him and jumped into the room. He didn't want to be left in the hallway alone.
No.
Okay.
He's scared.
All right.
or he's wily. I'm not
So
sure.
Skirk, describe for me how you guys are gonna open this this door, guys.
Well, cautiously.
It seems. So you're gonna like carefully pull it open and look and see what's in there.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's
Like peak.
yeah.
Good.
Awesome. That sounds like a completely reasonable approach, and I'm sure nothing terrible will come from it.
Well, at least it's only one eye that Skirk will be losing.
Okay, so you get up there, you get the door, and then where is Badonk? It sounds like Farton is a little further back, so he's not necessarily ready to jump in.
No.
Vaz, where's she positioned, and where is Badonk?
I think sort of how we are in the room there was how we came in.
Okay, so I'm picturing the door probably like opens and goes to the wall on the left side there, or on the right side.
Yeah.
And
Maybe Farton's actually kind of trying to go behind the door when it opens.
Yeah, Farton's gonna hide.
Like kind of, he's staying behind the door.
So Farton's position there. You're ready to go. Okay, so Skirg, you're going to try and just open it at a scooch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you turn the big heavy thing, and then I need you to make a strength check, please.
All right. Can he use his burglar trait?
No, but do you have a trait called Orcish Physique or something like that?
Orcish Heritage.
Yeah, I'll let you throw that in.
Okay. There's also Laborer,
Yeah, one of those would definitely apply.
but not both.
No, you can't. You only pick one trait.
Cool. Oh my shit!
Oh! Oh!
Wow!
Woo! Okay, well here's the upside: is
You don't
that
roll
a trait check is always 2d8, not 1d20.
Oh.
Here's the downside, though. I have never seen a crit failure that I will not be happy to make good use of. So,
Plus, it's funny.
yeah. So here's what happens: is Skirk gets ready to throw it open. He looks at Badonk. He looks down at Badonk, I guess, because Badonk is tiny. So you look down at Badonk. You nod. Badonk's big head's looking up and goes, "Yeah." And then Skirk kind of like pushes, clicks the door, and then is completely fucking bowled over as it's thrown open, because you see the room is fucking full of skeletons. Yeah, and they've all been pushing up against the door like Walking Dead style. So this thing goes flying open. You are knocked prone. Oh shit! You fall back. You knock. You know what? And you leave the way wide open for one of these things to charge at our hero Farton. Okay. So also, let's see here. Would Jeff, would you kindly roll a 1d3 for me, please?
Do we have like hero points in this, or?
You do. Something similar where you can take effort. 2. Excellent. So 2. So guys, 2. Now, let's see. So no one's surprised. Skirk is prone, and let's roll initiative. So Jeff, you're in charge of initiative. I rolled a 3.
Oh, we weren't ready for that. You were supposed to be peeking.
A scooch. I said a scooch. Okay. So let's see here. Because you were knocked on your ass. Oh my gosh.
Like getting trampled.
Yeah, they're sort of stomping their way over you here. What I'm going to get you to do is give me a dexterity save, please. And I'm trying to think if you got any traits that would apply. I don't think so. Just give me a dex save against DC of it's actually only going to be a 9, so it'll be 2d8 plus whatever your dex bonus is. So it's pretty low. Yeah, so no problems. You're just like, oh shit, go, and these things are stomping all around you. 2 of them go running up to old Farton. Because Farton is carrying a shield and has no armor, he has an armor class of 9, which means that these things have plus 10 to hit him. So what's the last thing we hear from old Farton?
Oh, shit.
As he is borne down and torn apart by these skeletons.
He lets out a really squeaky, nervous fart.
Alas, poor Farton. Save the cheese! Is what he says.
Save the cheese.
I'll let 2 more come stomping through, and they're going to attack you there. Scourge. Your AC is a 4, so it's plus 5 in total. Both of them miss. You're sort of like, batting away and keeping them at a distance. I'll move them down a bit so you can actually see your character. There we go. And otherwise, the rest of them are sort of shuffling around in that room, waiting to get through because there's just not enough room. But there is as many as what you see there. There is a shit ton, I believe, is the technical term. Okay, so that's it for the Skellies. Who wants to go next?
Scourge will go.
Yeah.
What's Scourge going to do?
Up.
Yeah, how about he gets his ass up?
Okay. I'm trying to decide if they can attack you. I don't think so. But I think that's going to be a full action with them being on top of you. So you sort of like safely get to your feet and don't take any extra attacks. Bedonk or Vaz or Ackerley?
Bedonk will try and bat the ones off of Scourge.
Okay, go ahead. Their AC.
Oh, God. I hope it's really low.
Yeah, the AC is a 7. So, he's still, so close.
How do you figure that out again?
Well, you add whatever you rolled. It's your attack modifier plus the AC plus whatever you roll. And if you hit 20 or higher, then you hit.
Okay, so I needed a 13.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that is. But you can apply your Fray dice. The one that's like one of the ones that's continuing to tear apart what remains of Farton.
And how does my divine work again? I don't have it written here.
Well, here's the thing. Is the divine works really well when you're not in the Barrowmaze, but in the Barrowmaze, there's no extra damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it gives a penalty to turning as well too.
So then it's just Fray.
Yeah. Ooh, that's still 1. So you shatter one of these things that was on. That was tearing apart what remains of Farton. Okay, so then it just leaves Vaz and Ackerley.
Okay. Vaz, are they lower level than her?
They are lesser foes. Yes, definitely.
So she does 1 damage.
1 point damage. Okay, so the one that's fighting Farton is gone. And then her Fray dice.
Wow, max roll.
Whoa, nice.
2 damage.
Okay, so 2. So the 2 that were basically what happens is she sees this happen. She's like, no! Brings the halberd down and just like cleaves the one that was the one remaining on top of Farton, and then turns to you there, Scourge, and you're sort of trying to, you've been pushed against the wall where the door's been slammed by this horde of skeletons coming in, and she swoops her halberd and shatters the 2 that were in you. She's like, get some distance! And then it just leaves Ackerley. Is he doing anything?
Maybe he'll drag Farton's body out of the room to see if he's to check if he is dead or not.
Sure. So he drags him out of the room, leaving this bloody streak behind.
I can't believe we were just sharing cheese this morning.
Well, the fact that he pushed past to get in there too. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Guys. 1. Let's roll. Anyone withdrawing or no one's casting spells? Anyone withdrawing? I don't think you're in melee with.
No, I don't think so.
I think that whoever's in the door does have people technically within about 5 feet of them because these guys are all trying to jam their way in. But I'm not sure you guys are withdrawing though, right? You guys are staying in melee.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we want to try and clear
Fuck
these.
yeah. Initiatize, I got a 5.
Oh,
Oh no. Okay. Then that means they go first. So I've got 2 in the doorway. Badonk, you are odds. They're both going against Skurg. So they stagger forward. One of them does manage to connect with its weapon. Skurg, you take 2 points of damage as this rusted, disgusting, kind of desiccated short sword stabs underneath your defenses and catches you in the side. I had to take the bars down from your character, so you have to track them yourself. Yeah. Otherwise, the bars would take up the entire screen. Okay, so that's actually it. They're the only ones I can fit through there. I think that, you know what they should have done is they should have pushed you back, but your DM is a fucking Bush League hack. So you guys are able to fight him 2 at a time. You guys, what are you doing?
Skurl will get into the doorway and raise his arm.
Yep.
And yell out. What does he yell out? For the glory of Saint Yig, get back! And he unleashes his Ring of the Ram.
Awesome. Also awesome that you yelled in the Barrowmaze. So,
yeah. It's not like we can have more creatures in front of us. So.
Can you not see how much black space there is on this map? That's a quarter of the Barrowmaze.
Fine. All right.
Okay, so what did your Ring of the Ram do?
Using up to 3 actions, target a creature or object in 50 feet plus 5 to hit. On a hit, do 1d4 damage for each action spent concentrating. Also gain +2 to force.
Okay.
Or shove per action.
Nice. Okay, so what I'll let you do is, why don't you roll 1d4? Let's see how much damage you do.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, shit. So that's no damage.
But I get up to 3 actions, right?
No. What that means is if you sit and charge it, and then you charge it for a second round, and then you charge it for a third round, and then unleash it.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't give you 3 actions. You have to spend actions charging up the ring around. Now, it sounds like you might have misunderstood how that works. Are you sure that's what you wanted to do with your round?
Yeah, no, it's not. Wow. Yeah, that's way less cool than I actually thought.
So you chose this round to throw a glass of water into the ocean. You found it to be completely ineffective.
Super.
What would you like to do? Like your character would have understood that you needed to spend the round to really get the good juice out of the Ring of the Ram.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, he would have Skurg would have thrown liquid ice in there.
Okay. Now the thing is if you're going to want to like lob it over someone and into them, I'm going to give the guy behind cover. So it'll be +2 or -2 to hit.
All right.
I mean, you can hit the guy in front of you, but you would be hitting a splash. So would Badonk potentially.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
It's okay. Okay. So go ahead and make an attack. It actually is pretty easy. You've got, I think, +9 to hit with the penalty. So you just need to roll 11 or higher to hit.
1d20 +4, I think.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Nice. So go ahead and roll damage.
Which is 2d4 +2.
Oof. Nice. So roll 2d4 +2. And then remember the way it works is we treat each dice individually, and then you can add the +2 to the highest one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's no damage, and then 1 point. So one of these guys is gone. Boom. And then I need to make a what do you call it? So I need to make a save for the other guys. So let's see here. So the difficulty number is a 12. Fail. 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 A fail. Okay, so I suck at rolling things. So basically, the ice is spread out and covered all of these things. Go ahead and roll your frayed dice too. Remember, you can roll your frayed dice at any point as well too. You can do it before you attack, after you attack, whatever you want.
Okay. Free dice is 1d6, right?
That's right. Yeah. Nice. So one more point of damage. Okay, so another one goes down. Badonk, would you kindly just give me a wisdom check, please? And I think that you can add your... What was the Dungeoneer? Is it Cautious Dungeoneer? Wary Dungeoneer.
Yep.
Add your Wary Dungeoneer to that.
So that's +2.
Jeff George says he feels that you are a kindred spirit.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
There you go. 17.
Holy hell. So you look down and you see something weird. And what you've learned is like after from the way you've been playing Badonk, he does seem like a fairly meticulous guy, and like you've got mental lists of like, okay, that happened this way, let's not do that again. Is that consistent with what your understanding of Badonk is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So one of the lists that the things that you've like added to your list of hard learned lessons is when something goes down, make sure you look at it to make sure it stays down. And there's two things you notice. One of the things is that these skeletons seem a little different from the other ones you fought. They've got embedded in their forehead, or what would be the forehead of the skull, there's these weird, like cheap looking, like dull, not brilliant the way like a valuable piece of jewelry would look, but there is some kind of gem that's been placed in there that's got a sapphire color to it. The second
that
thing
would be
notice,
pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah, the second thing the thing is, because it's so dull though, it doesn't really like sparkle or anything like that. So
okay.
it didn't stand out to you. It also looks like a pretty cheap, like it doesn't look like these are a lot of value. The other thing you notice is that the 4 skeletons that are in the room here that were destroyed are reassembling. And it seems like they're trading pieces as well too to bring themselves back together into this kind of.
So they're like magically reassembling.
They're magically reassembling, and there's a slight dull light in where the things are. What do you call it? Where the gems are.
He will yell to everyone, "Clear the room! Get back behind that other door!" Like,
so let's put them in here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Let everyone know.
Okay. So that's what you notice. You still get your full turn though.
Okay.
Now that you look at it too, the ones that Skurg is fighting and that he's bashing down there, they have that gem in them as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Aim for the head.
Yeah, maybe. He will mention this. He'll just say, "They seem to have a gem in their skull. Try crushing it."
Okay. Do that costs. That's a free action. Anything else you want to do?
Make an attack against the nearest one, targeting his.
One of the ones in the room or one of the ones outside?
The ones that are like reassembling or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. Now, is there anything you? That's pretty awesome. Okay, so what I'll let you do is, with that hit, you'll actually you maybe didn't intentionally, or maybe you did. You went for the gem, and as soon as you hit it with a sufficient force, it shatters, and the bones drop in a heap, and there is no light in it any longer. Go ahead and roll your feet or your fray die.
Hey, Kev, has Skurg noticed that the skeletons from behind him have reanimated?
Give me a wisdom check, please.
So one more fray die damage.
Yeah, one more. Oh, nice. Okay, so then you take another one of them down too. And then, okay, then Vaz gets to go. Nat 20. Okay, again, but you roll the wrong thing. Trade checks are 2d8. That's okay. I got to use the the what do you call it? The crit failure, you get to have the crit success. You look back and look forward and you say, shit. And you can see that it's you're sort of like the camera focuses on for a moment on the gem right in their foreheads, and you realize that that's what's going on here. These are different from the ones you fought before.
Badonk or Scarlet will yell out to Badonk. Badonk, can you take the ones in the back? I'll take the ones in the front here.
Sure. Well, actually, I think Vasquez will probably.
Yeah, so Vaz gets her turn now. These things are lesser foes still.
Right. So she.
Yeah. Okay. So 9 is.
Holy crap! 2 damage.
So she takes 2 more of them down, and go ahead. Actually, I don't know if she can. Well, she's got a halberd, so go ahead and roll your fray. I'll let her. Reach over. Well,
no, I think she'll wait to attack any that get past us and into the room.
What is Ackerley doing? He's pulled the body of Farton out into the hall. It's become
I think now he's sure that he's dead now.
Oh yeah, he's definitely dead.
Bring him.
I don't know. Do you think he's a coward, or do you think he'll try to avenge his little friend there?
I think that. Yeah, I don't know.
I say bring him into the room.
Okay. Well, you were controlling Ackerley, weren't you?
Yeah, I think Jeff was controlling Farton.
Okay.
Or I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
already
ready to
rolling
go.
for Scourge. So, all right, bring him in.
He's in.
Okay.
He's ready.
So, end of the round, guys. 0. Oop. Moved your guys. Sorry about that. Design, get up there. Oop, wrong thing. Okay. Ackerley hears noise from the hallway behind him. Okay. Now, let's roll. I take it no one is disengaging?
No, I guess not.
So let's just initiatize. I got a 1. So really.
Excuse me. Here we go.
3. Nice. So you guys are up first. What are you doing?
Smash
Ackerley
him.
does. He has sufficient wherewithal to like kind of look back and say, "Shit, behind us!"
Cover our rear guard.
Oh, that's awesome. I think Farton's got it. So you guys won. Who wants to go first?
Oscar will go.
Okay.
He will use his Morning Star to smash some skull.
Okay, so he's going to draw his Morning Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's going to use it. Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, and that is a D20 roll. In fact,
That one is. Yes, it is.
D20, and what does he get with the
Morning Star is +4 to hit.
Is that it?
That is a miss, unfortunately, because even with their AC, that is a miss. You do, however, get to apply your fray dice, though.
Aha.
So go ahead and roll your fray dice.
Yep.
4. So one more of these guys goes down, but you did not hit the what do you call it? The gem. So that hits the ground, and you can see a dull glow begin to appear in the fallen bones. That's it for Scourge. Who wants to go next?
Badonk will go. He will use his. Oh, gross.
Garbage. And you know what? I don't think you can apply your fray dice against anyone else because there would have only been 2 in the doorway there.
Yeah.
And one of them went down. But, the feet or fray dice needs to be on your turn. So
Vaz will go. She'll move back to see what's coming behind us.
Okay. And you can see that there's a chain of about 5 of these skeletons coming down the hallway. Oh, wait, hold on. She can't see because it's dark.
She'll hold her action there at the door behind us. If any enter her threat range, she'll attack them.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just going to move them off screen for the moment. Okay, then that's Vaz, Skirk, and Badonka. What's Ackerley doing?
He's going to support Vaz back there.
To weep.
Now
Looking
he's
back and
really
forth.
scared. Yeah.
No, he's a tough old bastard. He's got this.
All right. So is he staying, I guess, in the same area as her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll move him out there. Oh, there you go. Nice. Okay. Then it is the bad guy's turn. So the one that is engaged with you there, Skirg, is going to try and whack you. Oh, man, it does hit. You take 1 point of damage as another one of those like rusted old weapons manages to get through. Another one staggers forward.
Oh, I need better armor.
And that's actually a miss. And then that gang of skellies that was making its way down the corridor. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say that Ackerley, because you guys would have decided this beforehand, he does not have his shield out because he's carrying, or he's not getting the benefit of his AC from his shield because he's carrying a torch. Otherwise, she can't see shit.
Yeah, it's much more important that he lights her way.
Yeah, so these things come out and they're going to attack her. However, I think you guys told me she was holding an action.
Yeah, she was holding her action.
And she has a longer weapon than they do. Her halberd is definitely longer. So go ahead and make just roll damage for her. These are lesser foes as well. And then roll her fray dice.
Holy crap.
Dinah.
She is a machine on these things.
Fucking hell. She may take all of them down. Yeah. So these things come out. You guys want to give me a cool description of how Vaz just mows through these four?
Well, now that she knows that the gem is what she needs to hit, she is just using her halberd and the reach that it has to just crack them open as they come around the corner before they even basically know she's there.
Yeah. Love it. So there's just,
like like almost like a helicopter swing of her halberd, just and she's just smashing them.
Awesome. So yeah, she takes them down and then stomps on the gems as she makes her way across. Okay, so then we cut back to you guys. I think that's the end of the round. So then it is initiative. So let's roll here. I got a 2. 6.
Oh,
you guys are on top of things. Let's see if we can finish it up.
Somebody could always play Vaz if their character dies.
Yeah, she's getting up there.
Yeah, she's pretty kick-ass.
She is pretty kick-ass.
Fighters are pretty fucking badass in Scarlet Heroes.
Well, she's only level 1 still.
Level 2.
Oh, level 2. Well, her sheet only says level 1.
That's because I'm a lazy fuck and have not updated it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as the numbers are right.
Yeah, the hit points are right. So, okay, great. Then who wants to go first?
Skirg will go.
Do it, Skirg.
Here it
Head
comes.
smash. Boom.
15. That does hit. Nice. So it's 1D. What is it? 1D6?
Morningstar 1d8.
Nice.
1D8. Oh wow.
+2.
Oh, I want to double check one thing. I may have. Let's see here. Your weapons are limited to doing 1d6 damage because you're an alchemist. In Scarlet Heroes, you're not. It's not the weapon informs how much damage you do, but only to the limit of what your class allows.
Oh.
Yeah, it probably says it on the character sheet because I'm an idiot, but it should be limited to 1d6.
Okay, you want me to re-roll that?
No, that's fine. That's a 5 could be a result on a d6, so that's good enough. 7 is 2. Nice. So 2 of these suckers go down. Skirg, can you get the last one down? No! Frey Dice betrays you. Damn it. But the other two are down, and this leaves. I clearly you left an opening so that our resident goblin monk can make a really flourishy.
But don't sort of like pommel horses over Skurg and into the room.
Yeah.
And crushes the last one.
Yeah. Oh, man. So that was a whole lot of skeletons, guys.
That was a lot of skeletons.
Yeah.
Skurg puts his hand out for a low 5.
And he receives one.
So good. Oh, man, that's great. Okay, so then there are just the 4 of you remaining.
That wasn't even the way we wanted to go, was it? We were just clearing out the...
No, you were checking to see what was in these doors and kept finding more and more awful things within.
Yeah.
Well, now we sort of... I think we see there's sort of a room pinch there between the main hallway with the doorway and the door in this room where Badonk just jumped to. Badonk's actually in this room, like here.
Oh, yeah, right. He's in there, yeah. Do you want to ping the one you're talking about?
Yeah, like this door here.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were here, and we've seen that door, and now we've seen this door. Like, Badonk is, he's not a spatial retard, so he's kind of, or sorry, I shouldn't use that word, but he's not spatially challenged, so he figures out, like, okay, there's probably a room here between these doors.
Well, again, like we're sort of picturing that because we're not playing this in person, we can't do an actual like map of this, right? We're picturing that one of your characters is sort of
like
is the
drawing
map.
this, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Badonk is saying, like, let's check out this room here where we've surrounded it on almost all sides.
Okay.
Well, hold on, Badonk. Let's get ours first. And Skurg will start checking the room for treasure.
We've been in this room.
Okay.
You can check the new skeletons, but
this room, yeah, apart from the fallen skellies, actually, let me check the skellies. So they may actually have some things.
Like any room that's drawn right now.
Oh,
we've been in, like, so like how Kev said, like the map is our characters sketching it. We would have a sketch of this room already.
You would. The one thing it's worth pointing out though that Dave had. So the reason that you guys like on a metagame level, the reason that you guys encountered these things in rooms you've already cleared is because of the restock rules. So when you when you've cleared out an area, dungeons abhor a vacuum. So things may come wandering from elsewhere in the dungeon and get there. And that's basically all those things you encountered. Those are all restock things.
Okay.
It's just like on a metagame thing. That's one of the reasons I think it's such a cool dungeon is because it gives it that living feel to it. Or alternatively, just constantly is a pain in the ass. So, tomato. Okay, the basically the weapons and stuff that you find on these skellies are completely valueless. Like it's only it's generous to describe them as weapons at this point. They're really like corroded pieces of steel that happen to have some sharp bits on them. So, there's nothing of value in here. There is a door leading out. And give me one moment here. I want to see if Badonk's wraps are glowing or not. Just a reminder too, unless you specifically tell me that you're going to listen at a door and how you're going to examine a door, I'm not going to be telling you any information about it. I won't volunteer anything in the dungeon because that's just not fair. Let's see here.
Well, I mean, unless there's a sound on the other side of the door that's loud enough that you would just hear it.
Yeah, unless you like the thumping you heard from before.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I think that your wraps are not glowing at this point. Oh, yes, they are.
Shit.
And for those listening at home who haven't joined, who haven't seen Badonk before, Badonk has some divine wraps that have mystic runes on them that glow when the undead are within a certain range.
Which I don't know that he has ever tested specifically to know the distance.
No, you just know that they glow an awful lot down here.
Right.
Did anyone take damage in that fight?
Skurg did.
Skurg. Okay, so Skurg, any damage you took in that fight, up to 2 points, you can heal back from bandaging. It doesn't heal old wounds. So, like that first point that you had lost from the ghouls outside, you won't be able to heal that. But yeah. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I need to make a. Okay. So, what are you guys going to do?
Well, let's go with Badonk's idea and check out
Check
the
this room.
door.
Do you have any trap checking abilities?
Sure do. Skurg's a burglar.
Okay, so Badonk says, man, you got to check that door, though, before we open it.
All right. Is the door locked, Kev?
Are you going to try and open it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, perhaps a bit more. Well, you know what? He'll put his ear to the door to see if he can actually discern anything from the other side, and if not, he will try to open it a scooch, if you will. Just a scooch.
I can't use a scooch. This worked out awesome last time.
Yeah.
This element is hot. Maybe if I wait till later and put my hand on it, it won't be hot still. Okay, so you which of the doors, the north door or the south door, are you pressing yourself up against?
Well, I think it was this one up here, right? Wasn't it, Badonk? You wanted checked out?
Yeah, you're at the right one.
Okay.
Yep.
So you get up there, and again, the Barrowmaze itself, one of the most unnerving things, it's like walking around in a marble-floored library with no one else in it. Every footfall echoes down the open corridors. There's the smell of damp and death in here. And as you push up against this faded wood that makes up this door, you strain to hear, and you hear like from within.
Skurg turns to Badonk. It's like, this room is full too, buddy.
Oh, gosh.
So how do you want to go at him? The same way we did this one, or you want to just let him into? Wow, no, we should probably try to bottleneck at the doorway.
Ackerley wants to know what you guys are doing with Farton.
Let's take him out by the entrance there. Ackerley, we'll take him back on our way.
Okay, so he says we'll be back in a moment then, and he gives Vaz. I think between him and Vaz, they'll be able to like grab a shoulder each and drag him back into that graffiti room. And then by the time they get back is when you've heard the sounds of whatever is inside that room.
Well, I mean, we had to expect that there would be more danger. Now check if the door itself is trapped.
All right. Skurg will do a trap check on the door.
Okay, let me make that roll for you. Let's see here. Your wisdom modifier is a
Nothing.
plus zilch. Okay. And your burglar is a 1. Okay. So you get your tools out, you get down at the door, and you spend some time looking up and down, and work at using these small little metal tools to, test the lintel or whatever, the frame on the inside of the door, the handle itself. And after about 10 minutes of work, you turn to Badonk, you nod your head and say, "It's safe."
So the question remains, Badonk, how do you want to throw this open?
Well, let's get ready. So Vasquez will get ready. with her halberd out, and Badonk will get ready. Are you going to get ready to throw something in there, and you want Badonk to open it?
Yeah, sure. I'll use the liquid ice again. That seemed to that did slow them down. Did it not, Kev?
Yeah,
It did. Yeah, it gives them imposes anyone other than the target -2 to hit.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the better formulae, would you recommend liquid ice or Tanglefoot to tie them up?
To see if what your goal is to keep things in one place, the Tanglefoot bag is definitely better.
Well, maybe that's the one that Skurg wants to use then.
Oh, actually, okay, no, yeah. So yeah, and if they fail to save, they're rooted in place by the Tanglefoot bag. If they make the save, then they move at half speed. So like, even if they make the save, it still slows them down. I mean, this is a very enclosed area, so
yeah.
You guys are like college stink bombing it. You're gonna throw the door open, toss one in, and slam the door shut.
Basically.
Terrific. I love this plan. Who's opening the door then?
Badonk.
Yeah, sure. Badonk will open the door.
Okay. So I love the idea and the amount of trust that you place in Skurg. That Skurg's the one who inspected for traps, but you're the one who's opening the door.
Well, you think that's not by design, Kev? Come on, man.
Shut up, Kev.
You got to trust your fellow adventurers.
Absolutely. I mean, look at Farton did that, and look how much benefit he got from it. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and position yourselves and your allies on the map?
So which way does the door open, Kev? Oops.
It opens. I think it opens in. It probably opens out, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, just because looking at the thing, I mean, that room's not huge, so probably it opens out into that wall on the right side or on the east side of the room.
Okay, so Badonk will be here, and he'll throw the door open and kind of move into this corner. Can't really see it like that, and then Vasquez will be here with her halberd ready, and Skurg can throw through the door.
Okay, so we didn't discuss whether you guys were expressly being quiet before throwing the door open. Like there was no discussion of whether we were like talking in hushed tones and whatnot. But you also, I'm not sure you were making a huge amount of noise. So here's what I'm going to do. And also your adventurers are smarter than what we are, or at least better at their jobs than what we are as adventuring. I mean, why don't you give me a D6 roll on a 4 or higher? Someone would have been like, hey, we don't know what's behind that door.
Right.
So
okay,
if you
sure.
D6 roll 4 or higher, you would have thought of it. Otherwise, you thought of it, but it was maybe too late. Okay. So basically what I want to know is whether we're rolling an initiative or not. And because you did, we will roll initiative. So door will throw open, and then we're going to apply initiative. Okay. So let me roll my initiative here. Oh, shit. Okay. Jeff, you want to kick some ass on initiative here? Dude. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then, Badonk, you get yourself up there. Get ready to throw the door open. And you toss the door wide. And what you see is a room. Now, I don't have a marker for this because there's just so many. But that noise that you heard, Skurg?
Rats?
A pile of giant rats. Rats that are the size of like Emmy Lou. So 50-pound pit bull-sized rats that kind of, and they're also going to be swarming on top of some kind of like pile of rags and stuff. And unfortunately, they did win initiative. However, Remember that surprise that I rolled earlier that I told you was banked?
Mm-hmm.
They're surprised. Skurg, give me a 1d6 roll. Let's see if your guys are surprised.
Mm.
Oh no! Oh no!
Super.
Oh, so the door thrown open wide. You were expecting skeletons, I guess, or zombies or something. Not this mound of writhing and disgusting and smelly rats. So you're all kind of like looking at each other and like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's roll initiative again. Because you wasted your first round. I rolled a 3 this time. Not the 6 I rolled last time. Hey! So you guys are up first. Who wants to go first?
Skurg will toss in the Tanglefoot bag.
Okay. Whoop. Boom. Let's see how they do. Gotta make some saves. I'm just gonna make a save for the swarm. All right, so they are all at. You know what a rat king looks like? Basically, you just made a rat king.
No.
No, it can't move.
Yeah, like you've
It's
glued
like,
them all together.
yeah. So you've got this now mound of rats in the middle.
Better insofar as they're not going to move. It's worse in the fact that it's absolutely that much more disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. But I do need you to make an attack roll to. It's incredibly easy to hit this thing.
Okay, like a D20.
Yes, please. +4 is your bonus to hit, and there the AC I'll just say is 10 because it's just a spot.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously?
Look, I mean,
oh my god! Holy shit!
I don't know what to say.
You rolled like
One
one natural 20 at the start of the day to start off your return, and it's just been garbage ever since.
All right, so it's not a nat 1, so it's not a critical failure. It's not like But what I think has happened is that maybe there's like 3 of them that are caught up, and otherwise your Tanglefoot bag hit, and all those fibrous marks and whatnot. It basically sealed the door on the far side. It's now glued shut with your Tanglefoot bag. Shit! Oh my god!
You ruined what I was gonna do by missing there.
Okay, so then
Might still work because it's my turn.
it is now your turn. Yes.
Badonk slams the door shut.
Fuck
And he
that.
looks at everybody and he goes, "Let's just pretend we never looked in there."
Awesome. Okay. You do hear them. They're all kind of like, scritching and scratching at the door, but they can't make their way out of that room. So what do you want to do next?
Let's see what's behind door number 2.
Do we have like I don't know, paint or a little pocket knife or something that we would mark that door? Like maybe we draw a little skull and crossbones or something. I don't know. A little rat skull with like some crossbones and scratch it on that door.
Yeah, you can. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
I'm guessing that Vasquez might have something like that, like a little pocket knife or something. I
Sure.
don't think
Yeah,
that.
I mean, she got dagger on her for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. So you X marks the spot. Do not go in. You guys are like,
Badonk gets Skurg to like lift him up and hold him, sort of normal chest height, and then he scratches this sort of symbol in the door.
You know what? Skurg is actually going to go back for quickly for Farden's cheese.
That reminded him. Hey, wait,
okay,
the cheese.
So
There's a method to the madness.
okay. So you head back and you get the wheel of cheese that was on the back of Barton's on the back of his back, I guess. And as you're making your way back down here too, you're looking further down the corridor, and you notice something sitting like around here near where the rubble is.
Oh.
And it looks like it's not, there's not a glint because you got no light right now, but it's something lying out, and it does seem like fairly circular.
I'll just yell down the to where the rest to where the rest of the group is. No, back the way the group is. Hey guys, I'm just gonna take a quick jog down the hall. I think I see something.
But Dog looks at Vasquez and goes, "Oh God!"
It echoes. His voice carries all the way down further in. Oh, it's so good. Every time, like the book says, every time that the party makes any kind of significant noise, I get to roll a random encounter check. Oh God! I
Whatever
love this.
Kev imagined was there and had decided to introduce is now including a random encounter chance as well.
Yeah.
Just more rats.
Okay, so you got your wheel of cheese in one hand, and you make your way down, and so as you get here, you look to your right, and let me just reveal this room. And while I'm revealing the room, let me ask you to consider, what are you going to play as your next character?
Hey.
Now, I don't mean to ask that because he's dead. I'm just
curious.
Boom. So what you can see is as you get there, there is a room inside there. It's 20 feet by 20 feet, and it appears that something in there has actually pushed the wall out, and what's on the ground is all rubble from that wall being smashed through. But what's sitting here? Can I ping? Oh, right. Hold on. Let me switch back to my select. There we go. Right there, right in front of you at your feet is this. Look down. It's a shiny helmet, like the kind that covers a full head, like a bucket kind of helm. Do you want to pick it up to examine it?
Of course.
Of course, you pick it up, and then you hear a head falls out of it.
Yeah.
It's fairly fresh too. Not like today, but like within the last week or so. And it hits the ground with a wet.
Well, still have a nice helm. And Skirgle double time it back to the group.
Okay. So you make your way back to the group. As Skirg walks in the room, oh no, not you wouldn't have gone through that room because that's the rat room. As you pass by, you see Skirg has a wheel of cheese under one hand and a new helmet under the other.
Skirg will hold the helmet up and say, "Look what I found." I mean, never mind the goop on the inside. I mean, I did loose it from one fairly recent and quite fresh head, but it's still good if you clean it out.
Let me just quick. Sorry, while we're waiting, I'm just going to double check something on the map.
Hey, Kev.
Hey, Dave.
How much space is under? Is there any space underneath the door to the rat room?
Not really. No, that's one of the reasons why they're not able to get to you.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Dave. What's your dark vision range?
I will tell you in a moment. Dark vision.
Oh, it is. I don't have it listed there. Sorry. It should be probably about 60 feet. So let me just back one thing up here. So when you're picking up that head there, I was wondering whether I could reveal. I got to reveal more here. So you see this.
What? Oh, no. Oh. Wait. Do I know this guy?
Which guy? Oh, wrong guy. Not you.
Yeah, that's.
There you go.
It's supposed to be you.
There you go. So what you see is the corridor does continue down, and right over here. Oh, hold on. Is there a door there? Let's move you up. Is there a door there? Or is there a wall? Oh yeah, there's a wall. Okay. Right here. See where those two little things are poking out there?
Mm-hmm.
That part of the wall is actually bricked up. It's a different material from the rest of the Barrowmaze. Someone's gone by and has bricked up whatever the entrance is. You can see there's the shape of another corridor or entrance but another kind of stone has been used to mortar and brick that whole area up. So you would have seen that going down in those 2 doors down there before running back to the parties. Unless, of course, you wanted to scream, "Hey, guys, I found some doors in a bricked up wall."
Skurg would probably be more likely to just like have a little knock on those doors.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, that sounds awesome.
A little bit.
Shave and a haircut. Okay, so you go back, and I'm assuming you've told everyone what you saw up there, that the corridor does continue down quite some distance.
Yes.
I'm gonna just futz
I will
with.
also intimate about the wall. That Skurg's opinion is that they were bricked up to keep something in. So perhaps those are not the 2 best doors to perhaps open. And as Skurg says it, he's shocked that those words are actually coming out of his own mouth.
Say one more time.
Skurg believes that the doors were walled up to keep something out.
Oh yes, yeah.
As opposed to that there's something behind those doors that oughtn't have access to the rest of the maze.
Yeah.
And Skurg believes that that's by design, and we oughtn't be too curious at finding out what's behind them.
You remember actually that you encountered one of those similar kind of walled off areas as well, Badonk, right down here.
Right.
You guys didn't have you only had the 1 sledgehammer, and it was going to take quite some time to get through that wall.
Right, so we didn't bother.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys thinking?
Well, what about this door here?
Like in the room we're in?
Yeah, I'm trying to ping, but it's obviously not working.
You did bring the
I know which one
cheese.
you're talking about.
Oh, did I? It doesn't. Well, okay. If I was pinging, it didn't show up on my own. Yeah, so right there.
Okay.
That looks like a normal door.
Yeah, totally.
Nice normal door.
Over here?
Yeah, right where in front of where Skurg's standing there.
Yeah. I'm just picturing him standing in like torchlight, wheel cheese in one hand, a gore-filled helm in the other. Like, this seems like a perfectly acceptable door.
Skurg puts the cheese into his backpack.
It's like a line from Tolkien. And Skurg put the wheel of cheese in his backpack. Oh, man. Okay.
That's funny.
Your wraps continue to glow as you walk up to this door.
Check the door, my friend.
Will do.
Okay.
Oh, Kev, can we take 1 second and say that before Skurg puts the wheel of cheese into his backpack, he impregnates it with Sidlish oil.
Oh, the poison?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, good call. Okay. So you give it a liberal dosing of poison. I love it. Rat poison. Good call, Dave.
Right? I told you there was method to the madness.
Okay. So all right. So you get the cheese infused with poison, and then you stick the poison cheese in your backpack.
Right.
I can say
that reads don't eat cheese.
You know what you do? If that's what your plan was all along, you could have dumped out Farton's backpack and stuff that like had that separate so that you're not carrying, poison cheese with your stuff.
Yeah, cool. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay. I don't care. I'm fine. Poison cheese. All right.
So after that's done, Skurg checks the door for traps.
Okay. So you carefully lean in. This will take you another 10 minutes. Let's see here. You bring your weapons out, your thieves' tools out again, carefully go down, and we see again, there's another carefully inch by inch, he studies the extent of the door. There does not appear to be any traps of any kind on this door. I know I adopted an NPR voice there, but
Scourge will have another listen at the door, just
okay.
hear what he can hear.
Okay. Let's see here. Your wisdom bonus is 0. Are there any traits that would apply?
Well, I mean, he is still a burglar, so.
So what's that, 1?
Yep.
Okay, so you're listening at the door, and there is nothing but silence within.
Scourge turns to the group and says, I hear nothing. No traps.
Well, then let's go for it.
Go ahead and position yourselves, guys. And then tell me who is opening the door.
Badonk can open it again.
Okay.
See how it would be. Which way is this one going to open?
That one will open to, I think, to the bottom of that room.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
So like, switch me spots there, Scourge.
Sure. Badonk, open it just a smidge. I'll try to take a look inside with my dark vision.
It's a scooch.
Okay. Yeah, which I think actually I am capable of.
That will for sure be somebody's famous last words. Just a scooch. All right, one sec here, guys. I need to find something. Okay, everyone is positioned where they need to be. Is that correct?
Yep.
That's correct.
Excellent. And who is opening the door again?
Badonk.
Oof. Once again, bold, trusting Badonk.
Absolutely.
Feeling confident that his friend will have identified any kind of threats like poison needle traps or crushing traps, explosive magical rune traps. There's just a massive amount of things that could be in there, but you are choosing place both your life and your fortune in the hands of Badonk. Once again, brave. And if you think that I was stalling just to find a picture, then I'd say you guys are pretty perceptive. Okay. So what happens is Badonk goes up, grabs the door, throws it open.
Well, throws it open just a scooch.
Oh, he puts it just a scooch. All right. And who is sorry, that was my bullshit narrative trying to force a combat encounter. Sorry, guys. No, Kev.
We're still scooching.
We're still scooching. All right, so here's what. Let me reveal that room for you. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Bump, bump. Scooch.
Yeah. Close it.
4, you turn and 4 animated corpses turn, dressed in some kind of like burial funerary stuff, are there. And unfortunately, they did hear you. So let's roll initiative and see who gets to go first here. I rolled a 4. A 3.
Oh, dang it.
Let's roll for surprise, though.
Okay.
They knew you were there, but they didn't necessarily know. So they're not surprised. You guys aren't surprised either. Okay, so they are up first. So Badonk, you were the one, or rather, Scourge, you were the one who was looking in there, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the first one is going to try and slam that door open. So why don't we do a contested strength check here, Badonk? Let's see here. I rolled a 14 in total.
So it's
2d8 and then plus your strength. And I'll let you add a trait if you got something appropriate. These things seem much more intact. They're very much like walking corpses.
Oh.
Okay, so one of them has basically. I'm just going to move you back just a touch there because one of them has pushed the door open. That's all its action is. The next one moves out to try and attack Badonk, and then the other one will push past and go for Skurg, and I'll trap the other one in the door behind. So we got one attack on Badonk, and let's see here. Plus 2. Whoopsies. What's your AC, Badonk? There's no way that hits. No, ignore me. And there's no way that hits either. So these things come shuffling out and swing their, bloated limbs at you guys, but you're easily able to keep your distance. That's it for them, guys. What are you doing?
Do they have gems in their foreheads, Kev?
They do not, no.
Okay.
These things are much more intact than the other animated corpses you fought.
One might say even fleshy.
They are definitely fleshy.
So
Juicy even.
So sharp weapons would be
past experience that your brother had taught you, yes. Your dear departed. That's 3 dead Sir Alba's references today.
rest his soul.
Rest his soul. Though we know for a fact it's not resting easy, so.
No.
All right, so who wants to go, guys?
Skurg will go. Based on the knowledge that he's retained from his brother, he'll pull out his sickle.
Yep.
And he will have at her.
Go ahead and make a attack roll. AC for these guys is 8, actually. Very easy to hit.
Sickle is +4. Wow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. So you hit with a 1. Go ahead and roll damage.
1d6 +2. Ugh.
3 is still 1 point. So you hack and one of its arms falls to the ground and still is kind of like and moving towards you in a twitchy kind of haphazard way. I wonder if it's going to take a... Whoa! I cannot use the markers on him. It's hilarious. Okay. All right, so one of them is the one that you're fighting is marked, and I think you could apply your fray damage to the one that Badonk is fighting. So go ahead and roll that.
I did.
Oh, would you? Oh, yeah. You didn't have the opportunity to lash out. Badonk, do you want to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
Badonk is ready. He will take his good old dog stance. Oh,
but remember AC?
Yeah.
8.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, then
So
that's
that is
2 damage.
Nice. So you take this thing down completely. What does it look like as you tear the sucker apart?
He's got his claws out and he's just shredding the rotting flesh off of it.
So this thing falls apart, and it's very easy to really, once you apply some force. Go ahead and apply your fray dice.
1 more damage.
1 more point damage. Okay, so then you've hit and sort of cracked in part of the rib cage of one of the other ones is collapsed in, and its body seems to be like scissoring to the side where it's not supporting its weight anymore. So it's just like one arm that's still trying to attack. These are lesser foes, so what's her name? Vasquez automatically hits.
And oh my god, does another 4 damage.
Oh wow! So she takes
is on fire today.
Yeah. So the one that you were faced with there, Skurg, and the one that you were fighting is gone, and she could step forward and do her feet or fray dice.
Oh,
whoa!
Another 2 damage.
So all of these are down. And so she basically steps in and knocks these 2 things down. And then as they hit the ground, she turns to you, Skurg, and kind of like... as if like, this is how you do it.
Yeah. Come on, Skurg.
Yeah. Is that how you do it when you're lying down in a swamp riddled with poison?
Uh-huh. Yeah. You were saying something there, Scarg? I didn't quite catch that. I was too busy killing all the zombies.
Show off.
So, there's like 7 foot tall half orc who kind of like show off. All right. Now what are you guys going to do? You want to take a peek in that room there?
Oh, might as well. We did all the work.
Okay. So you get over and you look in the room, and what you see is this appears to have been a crypt, and there are 4 sarcophagi that have been where the lids have been cast off. So you would guess that these 4 were inhabitants of the sarcophagi. What do you want to do?
Just check them.
So the corpses or the sarcophagi?
Well, both. I mean, we can kind of split up the duties. There's enough of us.
So one of the fallen bodies, while everything else, like their funerary, accoutrements and whatnot, have all either tarnished or basically they're desiccated. They've deteriorated. Gosh, that was hard on my fucking tongue. Deteriorated over time to being nothing but sticky, oily rags that stick to them. One of them does have a very fine emerald necklace. And I think anybody got a trait that would deal with like appraising or anything like that? Burglar.
Yep.
Scarab gets his jeweler's lens out and takes a look. So this necklace would be worth 56 gold pieces.
Ooh.
And in the sarcophagi, give me a sec here. I'm going to... Ooh, someone give me a percentile roll, please.
Do it, Dave, since you're...
You want high. High is badass.
Okay.
Low is more combat encounters.
Just type roll 1d100.
Ugh. That's not what we were thinking there.
Sec here. Give me a D4 roll, please. Mm-hmm.
This is straight up troubling.
So what I'm doing is I'm making use of the sarcophagus contents table that's at the back of the Barrowmaze because it's amusing. It's not amusing. It's fucking cool. That's what it is. But it's amusing for me sometimes with the. So what there is there is a at the bottom of the sarcophagus, there's this glint that you look more carefully and you see there's this beautiful silver amulet with this black stone kind of set in the middle of it that looks kind of like the a stylized owl, where the stone makes up the body of this thing. Skurg, you're the one who was looking in there. Do you grab that?
Yep.
I'm so glad you did, because it's been so long since we've had someone pick up a cursed item.
Oh.
So,
God.
what you picked up, you just think so. Skurg, as far as he thinks, this is just fucking awesome. So what this is the amulet is a stone of weight. So when you're engaged with an enemy, whether for fight or flight, the bearer of the stone is affected as if by a slow spell. Oh, so you move at half speed whenever you're trying to run away from enemies.
Well, I don't want any more.
Once acquired, the stone cannot be disposed of by any non-magical means. If it's thrown away or smashed, it reappears somewhere else in your person. If a remove curse spell is cast upon it, then you can discard it and no longer you will have it. But until that time, Skurg is the proud owner of a cursed scarab. And for those keeping score at home, that's 2 amulets found in sarcophagi, both of which have been cursed, both of which were picked up immediately by PCs.
So once it's magically disarmed, it's going to be worth like a ton, right?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, it's cursed. Removing curse doesn't remove the curse from the object. It removes the curse from you.
Yeah, no. So somebody's going to pay a pretty penny for a cursed amulet.
Once you can bear you with parting with this thing, then absolutely. Okay, so that's terrific. Okay, so guys, I see we are at our normal quitting time right now. Do you guys want to do one more room, or do you want to call it a night, or what would you? I'm completely at your disposal.
Well, I'm good with one more room.
Sure, we can check out one more thing. I can't play too late. We got a day tomorrow.
Yeah, I still got to prep for the session tomorrow too, or some prep to do. So, what room do you want to try here, guys?
You want to go deeper into the...
Yeah, like continue exactly sort of where we were going there.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So same modus operandi, Kev. We're gonna check the door for traps.
When you look up here, sorry guys, I'm just looking at the thing here. So there's one other thing I want to point out that I just missed because I need to do a better job of checking the maps here. So this is also what you see. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll let you do that. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. I'm not really seeing it. What are we seeing?
Maybe hit refresh on your thing.
It's a very long hallway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do is between now and the next session, I'm going to print off a copy of the section of the map that we're exploring, and I'll highlight the stuff you guys have seen so far. So that way it will, I'll be able to better track where you guys have been and what you've seen.
Well, Badonk, what do you think? Should we do the hallway or should we do the door?
Let's check the door.
The door that Skurg is next to?
Yeah, exactly. And make sure you check it.
Oh, it will be checked and double checked, sir.
Excellent.
Okay. So you guys go and you're going to check the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, you spend about 10 minutes carefully examining this. Check up and down. The entire time, the other guys can just, hear their hearts beating. That's really all you can hear in the dungeon. And again, Skurg, you feel there is nothing here.
Okay. Do we want to open it just a scooch or?
Sure.
Welcome.
Okay.
Our typical scooch.
Okay. Adopt plan scooch. As you carefully, and again, the door opens, I guess, towards the north this time. Who's opening the door? Or is it standard formation here?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So go ahead and move yourself in there, Badonk. You get ready. The doors.
That like that. Yeah.
You ready yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
so what you see is that this room contains 4 pedestals, 2 each on the east and west walls. Black velvet funerary boxes stand atop each pedestal. The boxes are now moldy, dusty, and covered in cobwebs. What do you guys do?
Oh, we'll check out the items in the room.
Okay, so it's just these velvet, damaged velvet boxes, 2 on 2 pedestals to the east and 2 pedestals in the west.
Should we split up and check them both out?
There's 4 in total.
Well, then we can all split up.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, so who is opening their box first?
Well, I mean, Skurg's already cursed, so what the hell? Can't get more cursed, right?
Yeah, you can't have more traps. So you're just throwing the box open. That sounds like a prudent plan. You toss the box open, and inside are the remains of a skeleton and a single glove. The glove is also made of black velvet, and the backhand of the glove, it's a glove for the right hand, is decorated to look like a face with 2 demonic eyes near the knuckles and opening a ravenous fanged maw. Who opens the second box?
Oh, I guess Badonk will.
So Badonk kind of hops up, trying to get to this thing. Someone helps him up, and you toss it open, and you find an identical thing. A skeleton with a single right-handed glove, with the backhand of the glove decorated to look like a face with 2 demonic eyes near the knuckles and opening a ravenous fanged maw. Vaz and Ackerley kind of look at you like, what do we do?
Well, open yours.
They each find the exact same thing.
Wow. Very interesting.
Is there a way to, I guess, put them away without touching them directly?
Well, put what away?
Well, I mean, if we were to put it, let's say, in a backpack, but use a stick to manipulate it instead.
To manipulate what?
The gloves that we found.
Well, there's a full skeleton and the glove inside each of them. If I don't know if, like, you guys tell me if you think you'd have a stick on you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Or something, right?
We can take a look at your character sheet. See what's on what's in your backpack. Maybe there's something in there that you could use.
Well, I could use a javelin, like the blunt end of the.
Sure. So you're gonna like leave the box open and use a javelin. So the boxes I'm picturing are probably about like maybe 3 feet by 3 feet.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they're a little smaller, 2 feet by 2 feet, let's say, because they got to be big enough to fit a skeleton in there. But yeah, so you open it up, and you could use your javelin to maneuver in. No dice rolls or anything like that, and you are able to pick up the glove that's in your box.
I don't know that that's a good idea.
So what do you want to do? You got now the glove on the end of your javelin.
Is there?
The glove does not appear to have attacked yet.
Can I put the glove into something to enclose it? Can I put it in the backpack with a wheel of poison cheese?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mental note: never go to grab for the poison cheese.
Okay, so you've got a glove with some strange markings on it, stuffed in a backpack of a dead man with a wheel of cheese that's been poisoned. If nothing else, it has been an eventful night.
Oh god.
Okay, so you got that in there. Everyone else has been watching you do this. What are the rest of you guys doing? These boxes are not built into the pedestals. They're sitting atop the pedestals.
Do you want me to grab your glove for you there, Badonk?
Sure.
Okay, so you got Bedonk's glove. Is it going to the bag o' cheese?
It is.
The farting bag, if you will.
Yep.
Okay, so it goes into the farting bag. What about the other two gloves?
Well, if Vasquez and Ackerley have no objections, yeah.
Yeah, Vasquez is like, no, you go nuts. So you've got now a bag full of 4 gloves, all right hand, a wheel of cheese, and a fairly bloodstained backpack.
Those are all collector's items, by the way.
Totally. To a certain fan base, for sure. So apart from those 4 pedestals upon which are 4 decayed velvet boxes, there doesn't appear to be anything else in this room. Apart from the skeletons within the boxes, I guess.
All right. Well, I think everything's been got from this room then.
Okay. All right. So let's you guys seem to, feel like, well, we're down 1 henchman. What's the reasons for heading back now? What's the mental justification they've made?
Well, we've got to bring Farton's body back, and we need to get these items evaluated.
Okay.
And it's getting dark.
Okay. So I need to make one more roll. All right. So I actually did make the roll for it because we do have a little bit of wiggle room. You guys actually make it all the way back to town without incident.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. So let me zoom out a bit because we are super zoomed in here. There we go. So after several hours of travel, oh, Farton, we knew you. He goes on the heap. I wish in retrospect, I really wish I had been keeping track of all the henchmen who died over the course of this, because that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it would be actually.
Yeah.
So many, though.
Yeah. Okay, so our heroes successfully make it back from the a fairly successful, apart from the dead henchman, expedition to the Barrowmaze. So let's hear. You made 50. There's a necklace worth 56 GP, which, let's see here. After HHR Huff and Puff takes his multiplied by takes his cut, you guys will have 50 GP and 4 silver piece to split amongst the survivors. That's only the 3 of you, I guess. You, Vaz. Oh, actually, Vaz only gets 15%. So,
well, and there's also Ackerley too.
Ackerley is a henchman. He's getting paid. Once he gains levels, then he gets to actually start. For you to keep him around, you'd have to give him a share. But right now, no, he gets. I think it's like 2 GP a day.
Sweet.
So, yeah, it really is not a lot. But at least the trip is paid for itself this time. Yeah, you successfully bring back his what do you call it? His corpse, And Badonk, let's take a look at your character sheet here. Was I wrong or was I right? Oh, this might be wrong. Hold on. Where's your Badonk?
You know, Kev, that's not the only treasure that's getting appraised, right? There's still the helm that Scourge.
Yeah, that is worth absolutely nothing.
What?
That was worth nothing.
And what about the gloves then?
What about the what?
The gloves.
The gloves? No. You bring it in and you show it to, like, you're showing this garbage. You show up and puts it down, and he's like, "Get that off of, like, the helm." He looks at you. He's like, "Get that off of my counter. Go get a rag to clean that up. Throw that thing outside." Like, all right. And you pull out the bag. It's got blood all over it. How about these? He looks at the 4 right-hand gloves with the demonic eyes and the maw on them, and he's like, "What do you expect me to do with these?"
Well, they're valuable, aren't they?
Do they do something that I'm not aware of?
I don't know. You should touch them and find out.
I will not, thank you. And he pulls out his stick of poking and like pushes them towards you. He's like, "Kindly remove those from here too."
Oh.
He does give you a decent, the regular exchange of what the emerald necklace is worth. Now let's see here. So Scourge has gained double XP for tonight because he was adventuring with someone who was higher level. And you know what? I think I actually forgot to give you XP from the last time we played because you only had 5. So you know what that means, Scourge?
Really?
Welcome to level 4.
Hark.
Yeah, and Badonk, you just got your 1 more XP.
Nice.
14 XP. Welcome to level 5.
Sweet.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool. So I will make the mechanical adjustments, but you definitely get a new trait, and your Circus Acrobat goes up by 1 again. Actually, I forgot to do that last time. So your Circus Acrobat should be at 5 right now. Wow. Oh, maybe I'm not forgetting that. Maybe that was an earlier version of the monk that we were working with.
Yeah, I don't remember that, honestly.
No. So at level 4, Scourge, what you get is a new foci.
Okay.
So you know what I'll do? Give me a sec here, guys. I'm just going to do the math on the treasure. I think Dave normally does the book. Dave F does the bookkeeping normally on this. So you guys have 50.4. Let's see here, 2.4 times 0.85 is what you'll have left after you pay out Vaz. It's 42.84. So that means each of you guys gets 21 GP, 4 silver pieces, and 2 copper pieces. I will add that to your character sheet.
Not bad.
So it's not nothing. It's not great, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And you guys got a couple new rooms done. You got some new corridors exposed.
Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, this is. Apart from that, like that initial push into the Barrowmaze, this may have been one of your most successful forays into the maze itself.
Well, and let's not forget, we also lived.
There's that.
Not nothing.
You did not die.
No.
You lost only 1 henchman. That means if you hire Ackerley again, and he survives 1 more expedition, he'll actually become a first level fighter. Of course, then he starts taking 15%. He actually has silver, and he does decide to obviously in the crazy excitement of the encounter, he shares his bread with you.
Aw,
He's touched. He can't believe the exciting experience. The way you described him to me, he really did jump into combat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Badonk, I'm just going to update your money here. Badonk, you got a shit ton of gold.
Badonk, you do?
Oh yeah, he's got 631 GP right now.
What the shit?
Well,
He's good with his money.
No kidding.
Okay, cool.
Property really works with you monks.
Oh, and I haven't given you the. Oh, and that's right. What's her name has the Sweetwater. Oh yeah, Vaz actually has a potion called a Sweetwater potion that can remove poisons from things.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Yeah. So like if you want to decide that you really want to eat that cheese, you can pour the Sweetwater potion on it. Oh man, well that was cool. That was a productive session, guys. You guys got a lot done.
Yeah, that was super fun, actually.
Oh man, and the restock. I can't believe how bad the dice rolls were for you guys for the restock. Like 3 restocks with a shit ton of skeletons, and those were a specific type of skeleton as well too. So that was a pretty cool encounter. All right, well then I guess that's it, guys. So let me just get out of the. I'm gonna do the reverse camera shuffle here, and then I will we'll do the outro. Let me get out of here. Exit game. Boom. All right. So session 27. No, 28? 27, 28? I don't remember. I got this.
We're 28 now.
Yeah, session 28. Wow. Let me just turn my camera off, turn it back on again. It's being fussy. Hey, there we go. Wow, so session 28 is in the books, guys. That is pretty awesome. That means on average, figuring like 3 hours on average per session, we've spent about 60. What is that? 60, and then 8 times 3 is 24. We spent about 84 hours in the Barrowmaze so far. So that's pretty great.
Wow.
Yeah. For those listening at home, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session tonight or the Barrowmaze campaign in general, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can shoot me an email at dungeonmusings, so plural and all one word, at gmail.com, or you can reach me on Twitter at dungeonmusings. Let's see, what else? Also, if you look in the link below, you may find or in the description of the video, you also may find a link to the Heroes Save Villages charity campaign that we're running on the channel. This is something that we've paired up with the SOS Children's Villages International charity, which is a terrific charity that provides both direct benefits and advocacy for children living in high need circumstances in North America and all around the world. Last year, we successfully raised over $1,000 for SOS Children's Villages, and we're hoping to double it this year. If you enjoy the video, if you enjoy the channel, I just ask you to consider clicking through to the Heroes Save Villages campaign and see what kind of what kind of rewards we have available for our donors. One of those rewards happens to be charity gaming sessions, where I will run your choice of game with your choice of group. And the reason I mention that is because tomorrow we will be doing yet another one of these charity sessions, where I am running Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea for a very generous donor, Robert. And we're going to be having a whole crew of Vikings who will be trying to tear up Hyperborea and giving Robert a really good time. So you'll see that's one of the rewards, but there's a lot of lesser value rewards as well, including for $20, you can add an NPC to the campaign, and you can help me come up with a really cool backstory to make them an interesting addition to the group. Vazquez, who you've seen tonight, Vaz is one of those additions from the very generous donation of James Henderson. So he is the papa of Vazquez in many ways. Again, I don't want anyone to feel obligated to go through, but I just ask that you consider clicking through and learning a little more about the charity and see if it's something you might be interested in donating to. All money goes directly to the charity. None of it gets sucked up by the channel. So finally, I want to thank my players. So Jeff and Dave, thank you so much for playing tonight, guys. I had a ton of fun going back to the Barrowmaze, and it says something that I'm this excited this late at night on a Friday. So thank you very much, guys.
Well, likewise, thank you.
Cool.
Of course. Thanks, Kev.
Well, then that is it. For those who are listening to us live, we hope to see you tomorrow morning for our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea game, because that will be getting going at 11 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Mountain Time, and going for 4 hours. And it should be a really hell of a fun session. So Jeff, of course, will be one of the stars of that session. So I look forward to hoping to send some heroes to Valhalla. Anyway, so anyways, thanks again for listening, everybody, or for watching. This is what happens when you have a podcast and a video podcast. You can't keep them fucking straight. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the session, and happy gaming to everyone at home.